Hello. Hello. Sir, నా వాయిస్ వస్తుందా?
Good morning, sir.
Hello. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Setupati. Is there? No.
Namaskaram, sir. Sir, Pandu sir, your voice is audible. Everyone is audible, and the meeting is live. Passcode is 123456 only. There is no change. Namaskaram, sir. Sir, Pandu sir, your voice is audible. Everyone is audible, and the meeting is live.
నమస్కారం అందరికీ.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning. Good morning, sir.
Setupati, what about others? We have given a passcode 123456, na?
123456 is working, sir. It's working.
Sharing for the moment you can remove, no, sir. Setupati.
Sorry?
Sharing you can remove, no, for some time.
Live.
Live.
We can.
Not live. This, sharing of PPT.
Okay.
No, welcome. Let it be there. What is that?
No, 1 minute. How many people we cannot able to see actually?
Okay.
సార్ చింతకింది సంజయ్ గారు నమస్కారం సార్.
Also, we are on live also.
Yes.
The direct link I posted.
Okay.
Please don't watch the live. It may be your internet bandwidth will get slow.
Okay.
ఏం మాధవ్ సార్ అమ్మాయిని రెడీగా పెట్టారా వందే మాత్రానికి? మీ వాయిస్ రావట్లేదు. మీరు
రెడీ గుడ్ సార్.
ప్రోగ్రామ్ స్టార్ట్ చేసేటప్పుడు చేద్దాము. నేను ఇద్దరు చీఫ్ గెస్ట్ లకి కాల్ చేయాలనా పర్సనల్ గా?
ఒకసారి కాల్ చేయండి సార్.
అంటే ఇప్పుడు హాయ్ సేతుపతి, గుడ్ మార్నింగ్.
సేతుపతి గారు, ఇది లైవ్ లింక్ పంపించారు కదా, ఇది అన్ని గ్రూప్ లో పెట్టచ్చు కదా? ఇప్పుడు
పెట్టొచ్చు, ఆల్రెడీ పెట్టేశాను నేను. మళ్ళీ కూడా మనం పెట్టండి మీరు.
నేను పెట్టేస్తాను.
ఎస్. వనం రవీందర్ గారు నమస్కారం సార్.
Namaskaram.
నమస్కారం సార్.
Namaskaram, sir. Good morning.
గుడ్ మార్నింగ్.
Wow. Setu with mustache.
Yes.
చంద్రమౌళి సార్ నమస్కారం. చంద్రమౌళి గారు నమస్కారం. Chandramal sir, namaste.
Setu, you are recording this program, na?
Yes.
Yes, sir. The program is recording as well as live on our YouTube.
Okay, okay,
ABPEVS channel, YouTube channel.
okay, okay. So I'll mute myself. You can, Setu, you can instruct everybody that only the person who is speaking, his mic should be on and all other mics should be muted.
Sure, sure.
Or if you are able to mute from your side, you can mute it.
Yeah. Hello?
Hello, Gokula Krishnan and Engineer Venumadhavan Garu. You are the co-host. I gave the permission for you. You can also do yourself all participant for mute and mute things. So you people are co-host for this event.
Yeah. Okay.
ఇప్పుడు మనకు ఫస్ట్ స్పీకర్ ఎట్లా రెడీ ఉన్నారు కాబట్టి మనము ప్రోగ్రామ్ స్టార్ట్ చేద్దాము. మనము ఎందుకంటే మీన్ వైల్ 1 by 1 విల్ బి జాయినింగ్ కంటిన్యూస్లీ. సో నౌ ఐ రిక్వెస్ట్ దీక్ష నక్కా, ద గర్ల్, షీ స్పీక్స్ గణేష్ స్తోత్రం. అమ్మా స్టార్ట్ చేయతల్లి.
అందరికీ నమస్కారం. శుక్లాంబరధరం విష్ణుం శశివర్ణం చతుర్భుజం ప్రసన్నవదనం ధ్యాయే సర్వవిఘ్నోపశాంతయే అగజానం పద్మార్కం గజానం మహర్నిశం అనేకదంతానేకదంతముపాస్మహే. గురు బ్రహ్మ గురు విష్ణు గురు దేవో మహేశ్వర గురు సాక్షాత్ పరబ్రహ్మ తస్మై శ్రీ గురవే నమః. వక్రతుండ మహాకాయ కోటి సూర్య సమప్రభ నిర్విఘ్నం కురు మే దేవ సర్వకార్యేషు సర్వదా.
థ్యాంక్ యూ. చాలా చక్కగా ఉందమ్మా, చాలా చక్కగా పాడావు, చాలా బాగుంది. థ్యాంక్ యూ సో మచ్ దీక్ష. సో యా, జై మార్కండేయ, జై పద్మశాలి. Good morning to all the participants and a very good, happy Engineers Day today. Actually, in fact, the Engineers Day is on 15th September, but for the convenience, nearest Sunday, it's our practice to conduct Engineers Day on behalf of our Akhila Bharatha Padmashali Engineers Vibhag Sangham. The present day's distinguished guests on the board now, Professor Kirandas Ramchandram Garu, former Vice Chancellor of Usmania University, and presently Vice Chancellor Anugrah University. He is the chief guest for the inaugural ceremony, and shortly our another chief guest for valedictory, Sri Parikimala Narahari Garu, IAS officer. He is the now presently Commissioner and Secretary Government of Government of Madhya Pradesh. He will join shortly, and his will be the valedictory speech. So today's seminar, the speakers are Professor Chintakindi Sanjay Garu, the Professor Government University Riyadh KSA, and Architect Chetna Rajkumar Garu, Chief Architect and Director Drumataru Consultants. And she is the Secretary for Confederation of Women Entrepreneurs. Then next, Popala Narendra Kumar Garu, the long-term regional technical advisor for GIZ Germany. Presently, he is in Kathmandu, Nepal. He is going to give his lecture from Kathmandu. Next, Engineer Dasra Murali Garu, the general manager, Power Systems Engineering, Cummins India Limited, Pune. Next, Dr. Tatikonda Venkatarajaya Garu is the senior professor retired from Usman University in Department of English, and is Purna Yoga Master, India and USA. So now, before entering into my brief introduction about ABPEVS, I request our today's chief guest for the inaugural program, Professor S. Ramchandram Garu, to announce the inauguration of the session and give his inaugural address, please. Please. Thank you so much, sir. Sir, మీరు unmute చేయండి మన వేణు మాధవ్ sir.
Is it okay?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's okay.
I think you are able to hear me.
Yes, sir, we are able to hear you, sir.
Yeah, good morning to all of you. So first of all, my greetings to all of you on the occasion of Engineers Day. Though it is in advance, I think 2 days in advance.
Yes, sir.
I also appreciate the Akhila Padmashali Engineers initiative. You are able to reach out to number of students in the form of this, training programs, I suppose. I think you are conducting training program on various aspects like career guidance and personality development, communication skills, and professional skills, and so on. First of all, I'm very happy to know that you people are doing these kind of activities. Particularly, it will be a big motivation for the youngsters. You are able to give, training programs and skills and knowledge. As all of you know, actually, various studies tell us that only 20% of our students are employable. I think you know the problem very well. People are trying to find solutions to this. In fact, the new education policy that has been brought out basically focus on this aspect, where actually we'll be able to provide skills to the students. I'm happy to know that you have realized this, and then you are offering training programs on this aspect. So skill is very important. If you have to get a job, obviously you have to have the skill, and of course skill and knowledge, probably you will get insight into the various aspects, and probably you will try to do innovation as well. I'm particularly impressed, because you have chosen online media for offering these training programs. There's a tremendous scope for offering these kind of programs to students, so that you'll be able to reach out to large number of students through this media. Particularly the professionals who have were successful in their careers. They can motivate the students, and they can offer training program, the skills that will go a long way in encouraging these youngsters, so that they acquire the skills, they get the confidence, and they look at the successful professionals, and it'll do a lot of good to these youngsters. I know there are plenty of successful professionals. Way forward is probably you can prepare courseware and make this courseware available to large number of students as well. Because once recorded, these course material will be available to these students. In addition to that, of course, there are many successful entrepreneurs as well. So you can bring some of the entrepreneurs on board and then request them to give their perspective so that these youngsters, some of these youngsters might become entrepreneurs as well. Once again, I'm very happy that you people are doing a wonderful job. And I only wish you all the best. And I wish all the students who are participating in this particular program. Thank you very much.
Sir, thank you very much, sir, for your inaugural speech and inspirational words. And rightly, you have raised about the job situation, about only 20% people are getting the job. So the necessity of that particular thing. And next, you are rightly pointed out about the online program, sir, because we have actually organized this because of this pandemic COVID-19 situation. Otherwise, every year we used to do in Padmashali Bhavan. And I recall that in 2016, when you became Vice Chancellor of Osmania University, you were the guest to our program. We express thanks to you on this occasion, August occasion. I recall that. And before, 10:30, our schedule will start about our speaker,
Okay.
first speaker, Chindakindi Sanjay Garu, sir. If any points you want to raise also, please kindly say a few words also.
Yeah, particularly this online mode, you can use it because for professionals also it will be easy, and it will also, it doesn't cost you that much. So you can impress on the professionals, so that they can record their lectures, and then you can take it to the students.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
It doesn't cost you that much, actually.
Yes, sir. Yes. So now I'll speak about our Professor Ramchandram Garu, few words, because he is very motivational and inspirational. And our being a Padmashali, we feel very happy, sir, that you became Vice Chancellor of Osmania University and now presently working as Vice Chancellor for Anugrah University. And so with our heartfelt thanks to you, sir, for inaugurating the virtual seminar and addressing the gathering. We recall your appearance as guest in our Engineers Day celebration, sir, during 2016. It is a pride to our community for your exemplary services as Vice Chancellor of Osmania University, especially in centenary celebrations period, sir. Still, after retirement, serving as Vice Chancellor for Anugrah University. Thanks once again, sir, for your appearance as Chief Guest for inaugural session. With the permission of the Chief Guest, we'll before going into the lecture, by 10:30 dot, Chintakindi Sanjay Garu will start his session. So I will brief about our Akhila Bharatha Padmashali Engineers Vibhag Sangham, sir. So on this August occasion, I welcome all the accomplished engineers, my engineer members and their family, my Padmashali elders, brothers, sisters, all the enrolled students and the viewers who are watching the live this program through our YouTube channel. I welcome you all for this wonderful morning for this virtual seminar. I feel immense pleasure to address now on this occasion in front of the distinguished guests and expert speakers. Firstly, as you all know, we have gathered here to participate in the virtual seminar on the eve of Engineers Day, generally celebrated on the birth anniversary day of the great engineer Sir Mokshagundam Vishesharaya Garu. As we celebrate the Engineers Day every year on the eve of his birthday, it is our duty to remind his exemplary services rendered to the mankind, which are eternal. I briefly sum up very briefly his history on this august occasion. Bharatha, Sir Mokshagundam Vishesharaya Garu, born in 15th September 1860, and he expired on 14th April 1962. Mokshagundam Vishesharaya Garu was born on in Mysore State, now in Karnataka, India. He earned his Bachelor of Arts from Central College, Bangalore, then affiliate of the University of Chennai in 1881, and later studied civil engineering at the prestigious College of Engineering, Pune. So he had done great lot works. To mention some, he had implemented an extremely intricate system of irrigation in the Deccan area. He also designed and patented a system of atomic weir water flood gates that were first installed in 1903 at the Khadakavalasa Reservoir near Pune. Based on the success of these gates, the same system was installed at the Tigra Dam in Gwalior and the Krishna Raja Sagar Dam in Madhya Mysore, Karnataka in 1906. He was instrumental in developing a system to protect Visakhapatnam port from the sea erosion. Vishesharaya supervised the construction of the KRS dam across the Kaveri River from concept to inauguration. This dam created the biggest reservoir in Asia when it was built. He was rightly called the father of modern Mysore state, now Karnataka. So his career was started since 1884, and right from assistant engineer to executive engineer, like assistant superintendent engineer, and then sanitary engineer in Bombay. And he was a member in sanitary board in 1901. And in 1907, he became superintendent engineer, visited Egypt, Canada, United States of America, and Russia, like that. So his services were exemplary. Then he became Diwan of Mysore also. After opting for voluntary retirement in 1908, for a short period, he worked for the Nizam of Hyderabad, India. So he got so many awards and rewards and honors. In 1911, Vishesharaya Garu was appointed a campaign of the Order of the Indian Empire by CIE. After India attained independence, he was awarded with the nation's highest honor, the Bharatha Ratna, in 1955. He was fitted with the honorary membership of the International Institution of Civil Engineers based in London and a fellowship of the Indian Institute of Science based in Bangalore. And his memorial is now at Mudrahalli. On this auspicious occasion, let us salute him for bringing the engineers fraternity a great respect. So, our Akhila Bharatha Padmashali Engineers Vibhag Sangham since 2012 doing activities in Hyderabad, initially under Greater Hyderabad Padmashali Sangham as engineers wing, and then later elevated to nationwide organization with the help and support and guidance of Sri Kandagatla Swami Garu, the then president of Greater Hyderabad Padmashali Sangham, and now he is the vice president and treasurer for Akhila Bharatha Padmashali Sangham. So our Akhila Bharatha Padmashali Sangham, after becoming nationwide organization, we are taking up tasks like conducting Engineers Day celebration every year on this auspicious day of Engineers Day, and doing some help projects also. And accordingly, some of our ABPEVS help activities to present some, because lack of time, I'll shut up because by 10:30 our Chintakindi Sanjay Gari lecture will start on time. And so in that one pointable help what we have done is, and it gives very immense satisfaction for our ABPEVS. Ms. Alwala Mamata, a final nursing student. So during our financial support in 2016 at Silsila, we have identified a needy nursing student, Miss Alwala Mamata, for her studies. We helped for her 3 years course of nursing education. During this period, she has completed her nursing course and got the job. And she started working also as a nurse at Sirsilla. Later he married. She got married also. Her mother conveyed gratitude that we, the ABPEVS, have strived to establish her daughter's life. It gives immense satisfaction for our organization. Also, it gives pleasure that our engineers Vibhag, Padmashali Engineers Vibhag Sangham, has provided some jobs to the needy. They helped the Another Vidyarthi Gruha, donating around 75,800 rupees for the expansion of that Another Vidyarthi Gruha institution, where there are about 120 another students are sheltered there, and they are getting education. And that is being operated and headed by one of our Padmashali, Margam Rajesh Garu. We have to appreciate his this thing. And next, the recent pandemic COVID-19 had affected our Padmashali poorer viewers into a lot of problems. So the ABPEVS have helped about 450 families distributing food grains. The ABPEVS and NAPA jointly served under Essential Help Project. So at this point, I want to mention about NAPA, North American Padmashali Association, which is doing wonderful works in all over the world, especially in our state, mainly in Telangana. Poor weavers are there, so they have joined with us in helping them. So about 450 families have been served with the food grains during this pandemic situation. So we ABPEVS convey our sincere thanks for their involvement in the helping activity. And our poorer weaver brothers, some people have committed suicides due to financial crisis. ABPEVS has given helping hand to their families at Janagam, Kotakonda, and some other places. So because of all our efforts of our governing body, we could do all these works. So I appreciate the efforts and the cooperation of all our governing body members, especially the retired engineers, for their involvement for the success of the event programs, whatever we are conducting. So we have a calendar year program every year. Regularly, we are doing certain activities. Later, I'll go through all those things. So I think now we came to the right time. So I request Chintakindi Sanjay Garu to be prepared for his presentation. So before I request Naka Venumadhavan Garu to give you about a brief description about Chintakindi Sanjay Garu, please.
Slide. Professor Chintakindi Sanjay Garu is a professor in Government of University Riyadh, KSA. Earlier, he worked for Geetam University in Hyderabad. Over to President, sir.
Sir, so Professor Sanjay Chintakindi Garu, he worked as the principal and dean of Geetam University earlier of joining as a professor in government university in KSA Riyadh. So he is a very nice gentleman. We appreciate his involvement as a faculty in our seminar today. we convey our gratitude to him. And over to Sanjay Chintakindi Garu to present his lecture. Sir, your time will be for 25 minutes first presentation. You can complete that. And meanwhile, 5 minutes will be given for question and answers. So our students who are watching live, they'll chart their questions. So our technical experts, Naka Venumadhavan Garu and Sethupathi Balakrishnan Garu. They will type that question or convey to you the question, and you can answer before your time completion up to 10:30, sir. 10:30 to 11 is the time schedule, sir. Now your time starts, please. Over to Chitakini Sanjay Garu, Professor. Unmute yourself, sir, first, please. Venvadana, sir, unmute చేయండి. Sethupathi. సార్ చింతకింది సంజయ్ గారు ఇప్పుడు చెప్పండి సార్, ఇప్పుడు వినపడుతుంది, మళ్ళీ స్టార్ట్ చేయండి. ఇందాక వాయిస్
సార్ స్లైడ్ స్టార్ట్ అయినాయి సార్. స్లైడ్స్ కెన్ డిస్ప్లే.
యా ప్లీజ్ స్టార్ట్ సార్, మీ ప్రెజెంటేషన్ స్టార్ట్ చేయండి. ఇంకా
Okay, sir.
About 25 minutes, overall 25 minutes.
Yes, sir. So,
Yes.
very good morning to Honorable Vice Chancellor, the chief guest for today's function, all the distinguished members on the dais, of the dais, and the speakers who are listening online for today's seminar. I just have a brief introduction about me already given by the concerned people. My highlight will be based on the career guidance and the various professional areas which are involved in this scenario. So I'll be focusing mostly on the career growth aspect, the steps in career planning. Then we have career handling. Then the various streams will start. I have arranged as per the alphabetical order. We have careers in agriculture, arts, civil service, commerce, dancing, engineering, foreign languages, law, medical, pharmacy, science, sports, and teaching. I have just collected in brief the various stream. I will not going to speak how about the admission criteria and other aspects, which are the best colleges and other thing. I will just be giving the brief for each stream in allotted time. So this is the tree of a career growth. You can see number of attributes and features for the symbol of career. We can have education, abilities, leadership, learning. Learning is a lifelong learning, and hard working, which is lacking in today's scenario. I ensure the people should work very hard irrespective of success. Unless you work hard, you cannot get success. And these are the various attributes about reputation, leadership, and job experience of the career as a single word. Then we have the 5 steps of career planning. As the first step will be about self-assessment, which is vital and essential for any individual. Then we have second step about explore the work and career options in related stream, again for individual person. Then we have list down the career options for different streams, then decide or choose the best option, and the last step will be set a career goal. So under the first category, for me, self-assessment is, as I told, very essential for any individual. I'll just go to the next slide. We have covered 5 steps. We will see in detail all the 5 steps, and we can proceed further. And this is the first slide about self-assessment. As attitude is the most important criteria and element for any individual. Then we have interest, personality features, needs, values, and skills. We have soft skills, hard skills. So many skills are there which are essential for the budding people to learn in all respect as regard to the profession in which they are going to select. So as per I am concerned, these are the 6 attributes of self-assessment are very essential aspect. Then the next slide will be about career exploration. There's matching and aligning what you want and with the various opportunities available in the various stream as per the branch or as per the area of specialization. The number of options are there. One has to select the right option in right direction to get a very good successful career. Then we have where to explore. This is one more criteria which is very essential, because today we have number of social medias, we have advanced digital technology. That is very easy to explore the opportunities worldwide for any individual. So just look at the opportunities within your organization, opportunities in other organization, look at entrepreneurial skills, look at the job careers, see which are the distinguished people in these careers in your area or worldwide. Just learn from them. And these are the very easy to explore this concept of opportunities today, because earlier, just 25 years back, there was no development of internet, and so many things are there which I don't want to highlight what happened 25, 30 years back. But today, this is a very important scenario. Anybody can learn, or anybody can go for higher studies anywhere. Any placements, any jobs are easily available. Only you have to explore in right direction and proper specialization. The next slide will be about decide or choose the best option. So the best option always depends upon the what jobs would be right for me. One should able to understand, depending on his specialization, which job are suited and what I get if I job this one. Then educational criteria, requirements and salary, all are the primary and secondary considerations for choosing the best option available for any individual. The next slide. So next slide will be focusing on career goal. This focus on what you want to do for living, because livelihood is a matter of concern for all the people. You can see the best example is Corona effect. Many people are having a fear of losing their job. People are not getting salary proper way. Many aspects are there. This is a very learning experience of effect of this Corona for everybody in this world. Then we have discover the possibilities about your opportunities. Then we can guide another thing, many areas, because CAREER is an important aspect of career, right from the beginning of your graduation until you retire in your respective profession. So the next slide, please. So this is about dare to dream a big job. Already everybody should dream in big way. Unless you dream, you can't achieve. So dreaming is vital and essential component for any individual to have a great success in his career. So I always want to tell people to dream. You can get a better job or better prospect in your life. Next slide, please. So this is 9P which have been identified for any individual. The first one is about potential of every individual, matters a lot for selecting any career. Then we have personality traits. We have 3H. H stands for health, hobbies and habits, profile, that is educational background, which is essential for any individual. Then you have passion for learning, passion for interest, passion for excitement. So everything is there, comes under the passion. Unless passion is there, you cannot get any success in your life. So next slide, please. Then we have the same thing have been continued under the path, plan, preservedness, and principle of ethical standards and moral values for any individual, depending on his profession, depending on his career, depending on other criteria of life. These are some of the features which I just want to highlight for today's session. The next slide will be about career handling, because this is again a very important criteria. We have to set goals and one should able to achieve the goal, because many times whatever goals are set, it is difficult to achieve. It requires a lot of hard work, passion, and other attributes to achieve the set goals in targeted time. Then you have always be a performer. Just don't listen to other people. Perform, hard work, sincere, whatever area you have taken or where are you working, ensure that you can able to give 100% performance, and be loyal to the organization, which will create or which will give you a very good success and name for yourself. Then focus on strength and weaknesses, which are also essential. First, focus on weaknesses. Try to improve weaknesses in related fields or specialization, depending on your career prospect. Then work-life balance. The work-life balance is a very good aspect for any individual, because you must balance work-related aspect, family aspect, enjoyment aspect, and stress. All these depends on the area of profession you will select, but one has to properly balance all these things for getting a success in individual life. Then we have other attribute about next change, because change is the very important criteria for any individual, as one should not, just for example, one should not work more than 10 years in one organization or more than 5 years in one organization. He has to change and ensure that he will get better prospects, better opportunities in his related area. Then we have achievable career plan. Then the next slide, please. This is about a short introduction, or you can say briefing of today's scenario, because many people have finished their 12th and other thing. So careers after 10th and careers after 12th is a main scenario for many of the young aspirants people. We have after 10th scenario, we have diploma courses, then ITI courses, vocational courses, certificate courses, IT and technology, Indian Armed Forces. It's a brief, we can say, as a prospectus given after 10th. The more highlight for today's scenario or today's coming months will be on after 12th exam. So we have features like we have engineering stream, we have medicine stream, pharmacy, law, education, arts and humanities, science, hotels, hospitality, media, IT technology, commerce and accountancy. This is just, I have streamlined the main specializations after 12th. I will go in detail, as I told in the beginning. I'll be featuring some of the streams as per the alphabetical order. Next slide, please. Then this is about you have hidden capabilities. Every individual has hidden capabilities, only they want the right platform to showcase their talent in different area. This is an important aspect for each individual. Everybody has talent. Everybody is a scholar, or everybody is having potential, but only the hard working, sincerity and other aspects play major criteria for getting a proper success for each individual in related stream of your specialization. So next slide, please. So this is about agriculture. This is the most trusted business of every Indian, because almost 70% people live in rural areas and other areas. So agriculture is a more important stream. I have just highlighted the options available for this stream. I'm not going to talk about the colleges and other thing, admission criteria and other thing. This is not the motto of today's session. So career aspects for agriculture, we have dairy production, we have product management, food processing, environmental management, farm management, food technology, rural enterprise development, teaching career, product development, researcher, sales and marketing, and scientists. Because very few colleges are there in case of agriculture. A lot of demand is there for the research. We can have organic type of farming, and so many things are there which have a right potential for selection of career in agricultural industry. Next slide, please. This is about arts students. Next slide, please. Arts students, we have careers about designing. We have fashion technology, jewelry design. It has a huge potential for jewelry design. We have interior, exterior design, again, a huge potential for this type of area. But very few people are going for this stream. We have fine arts is also a very huge potential. We have banking sector, photography, then we have journalism, we have mass communication, electronic journalism, advertising, public relations, travel and tourism. Then we have chartered account, chartered company secretary, forestry, and other aspect. One spelling mistake is here in CAVIL. So these are about the streams about art students where they can opt for a number of features in related area, but very few people go for arts as when you take about the criteria about today's parents and students, most of the people opt for technology and other areas. So this is one of the stream which has a huge potential for getting a proper career at right time. Next slide, please. Then this is about civil service examination. Here also very few people opt for this stream. We have two types of examination: civil service examination, we have Indian Forest Service examination, we have combined defense service examination, National Defense Academy and Naval Academy examination, Indian Economic Service examination, then we have Central Armed Police Forces, then we have CISF, then we have engineering services, combined medical service, and combined geoscientist examination. This is the area where very few people are opting for this, because this is the area where it requires a lot of hard work, preparation, and selection process is tough. And once you get selected in this one, your future will be very good in all the streams of your selection. And what I just want to stress at this moment of time is select this area where you can prepare right from the 12th onwards to get properly placed after your graduation under this category of area. Next slide, please. Then we have careers in commerce as again one more important criteria of specialization. Earlier days, commerce was very popular way back 30 years. It was very popular in the many students. Now the various options available for this kind of careers. One is banking sector, we have investments, insurance, capital market, accounting and taxation. We have company secretary, cost and work accountant. Then we have cost and management accountant, actuaries, certified financial planners. These are the various streams available for commerce people. Again, very few people are opting for this stream from last 2 decades. So this is an interesting area to be placed in a proper way with the IT or digital world in today's consideration. So next slide, please. So this is one area about dancing. We have a choreographer, we have performer, we have dance schools. So this is one of the stream who's are interested in this stream. They can also opt for this area right from the beginning of your career. Next slide, please. Then this is about mechanical. This is about engineering. streams, as many people are going to face counseling and other thing in due course of time. So always there is a lot of debate and lot of sessions, or many sessions have been conducted for selection of engineering stream, and most of the AP and Telangana state opt for CSE and IT courses. Almost 80% give preference for this one, and other streams are also important. Every branch of engineering is important, provided you can work hard and we can get success in the related area based on the various attributes of that engineering profession. So this is about mechanical, electronics and civil, computer science, electrical, main streams of engineering, mechanical, civil, electrical, and other streams have been developed later on. So this is, I'm not going to talk about the selection of branch here, but just I want to stress, select a good engineering college based on the placement area and faculty available. So this is one aspect. Then the next slide, please, about various streams. That is aerospace engineering is in lot of demand based on the criteria of different kinds of A1, A2 airports and cities, and other aspects are there. Automobile, a lot of craze for this branch. At very few places this is available. Then we have chemical engineering, environmental engineering, industrial engineering, instrumentation, marine engineering, metallurgical engineering, mining engineering, petrochemical, plastic engineering, textile engineering. Very few places these two are available. Plastic engineering, textile engineering at very few institutions, as well as marine engineering at very few institutions. Metallurgy is a lot of demand, lot of potential, but available at very few places, and very few people opt for this kind of technology. Then we also have automobile at very few places. This branch is available because of other aspects. These are the streams which I just highlighted at this moment of time. Different branch of engineering apart from CSC and IT, which is a lot of demand in both the Telugu speaking state. Whenever you go to any house, we can say that brother-in-law is in IT industry, sister, daughter is in IT industry. Everybody is in IT industry. At least there is one engineer for each house from this branch, as I am expected, because I am involved in admissions from last 15 to 12 years in Hyderabad. I know the criteria and prospects about different branches of engineering. The next slide, please. About this is about the prospects after BTech. We have further studies option, as I told, based on the digital technology. Lot of options are there for many young aspirants. Then we have job prospects, on campus placements, off campus placements is also important as far as anybody is concerned, because placement is a very critical aspect, and one has to start right from the first year itself. You should not have any backlogs for all the 8 semesters, and because based on the branches, based on the opportunities, for the core branches always we have single digit placement. For CSC, IT and other streams, we have the number of placements are there based on the individual specialization, and based on the college reputation and performance of the students. Is placement depends, because placement is has to earn by the student, not by the college, this one. So for the placement, one has to prepare in all angles to get right kind of job at right time. Then we have government jobs, UPSC, another thing, entrepreneurship. We have a number of options for startup and small scale and family business and so on. It's just roughly the options available of after graduation. Next slide, please. Then this is about humanities. Humanities, a very important criteria. Most of the times it is neglected. We have options right from the teaching option. We have research, we have mass communication, we have civil services, event management, social sector. Number of options are there in this area of specialization, and people, a lot of demand is there, as I told, for mass communication. At this moment, we always have demand for research in all the streams of specialization, irrespective of area. A lot of things are coming for event management, and we have a social sector also coming up in right way for getting choosing a right career under the category of humanities in all respects. So next slide, please. Then we have the basic science streams. Again, I'm not going to tell about the colleges, other thing. I'm just highlighting the stream. We have life sciences, we have natural science, nursing, hotel management, food technology, then we have fashion technology. Any problem is there, please? Animation, jewelry design, plant biology, mathematics, and conventional streams of science branches. Lot of scope is there for research in all the areas, and very lot of demand is there right now in digital world about animation. As a neglected sections are jewelry design, and we also have food technology. Lot of demand is there. Fashion technology, very few institutes are there, but a very good demand is there for fashion technology. So next slide, please. Then we have foreign languages. This is again a very important criteria of career prospects. We have government and public services under foreign service, immigration, and other areas. We have arts and media, entertainment, broadcasting, publishing, editing, public relations is also very important criteria for this stream. Then we have industry and commerce. We have imports and exports. Language is very important to get success in these type of business, because you must be multilinguistic. You must be able to understand the local language properly. You must be able to write, communicate, and speak in the local language wherever you are working is very important. Then we have travel and tourism industry. We have airline services, as I told. This is a huge demand for this tourism and travel in due course of time, because we are progressing and we can have many airports and other airport management. Number of things are there which comes under the travel area. We also have important about travel guidance, booking and reservation. Then we interpretation and translation, because it's also important to convert one language to other language. There is a huge demand for interpretation from one area to other area based on the countries. Then we have service education, as I told, linguistics, library science, social work. All these are important areas under the category of foreign language. The next slide, please. Then we have law is again a very few people opt for this is important. We have different types of laws. So let us start with property law. We have criminal law, international law, human rights law, contract law, family law, administrative law. These are the different streams available in law area. Next slide, please. Then we have medical profession. We have dental sciences. We have nursing. We have a speech therapist, medical transcription, healthcare, hospital management. We have medical technologies, we have pharmacy, veterinary science. Many streams are there for this getting into this stream, but the admission, the test criteria are different. Very few people will get into medical stream and dental stream. We also have a huge demand for veterinary science and other nursing courses. Then dentals also has last 2 decades has got a lot of demand for dental sciences. This about medical and other streams which are related professions under the heading of medical. Next slide, please. Then we have career options in pharmacy as chemical drug technicians, hospital drug coordinator, then your prescription research officer, scientist, research and development, pathological lab, pharmacist, and drug therapy. It all comes under the area of pharmacy. We have many colleges in pharmacy, and we have a different criteria of test and other thing in case of pharmacy, which is also a huge demand for this stream. The next slide. Then the most important is about the career in sports. Most of the people are interested to play sports right from their childhood. Very few will come up in right direction. So this is about the choices. We have sports coaching. Then we have a PG diploma in sports medicine, your diploma in sports coaching, your certificate course in sport coaching. It's also very important area of specialization. Very few people opt for this kind of area, and everybody should play right from the childhood, and he should be physically fit in life. So playing and sports is important aspect for each individual to getting fit in their respective life. Next slide, please. Then we have career options under the heading of sports. We have a physical education instructor. We have a coach, your professional players, your umpires, referees, depending on the type of sports. Then we have a sports club manager, administration, sports and business marketing, journalism on sports. We have television channels. Many channels are there where you can do commentary and other aspects. There are various streams and areas where one should opt for the career in sports. This how I have just streamlined, and I'm following the time management given by the organizers in a proper way, because after this I have 2 lectures at after half an hour. So I'm just following this and finishing in time as per the time available. The next slide will be on teaching career. We have human resources. We have school teaching, librarian. We have AS, superintendent, human resource, all administrative staff, which are essential for successful running of any school, college, or university. This is the criteria of teaching scenario, and I am ready for the any questions.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Are you able to hear me, sir?
Yes, sir. I can able to hear, sir.
Thank you, sir. So very nice presentation you have given, sir. Before explaining about your presentation, I request Puppal and Anandana Kumar Garu to be ready for his presentation, because the second session faculty is in inauguration of a collectorate building at Karimnagar. She will join in a few minutes. So meanwhile, I request Setapati Balakrishnan to have any questions which got through chat, so that our Chintakini Sanjay Garu will answer. And before that, I invite one of the great guests here, Professor Sangham Jayantu Garu, available with us now. I thank him joining here. If at all, he is the Professor Mining Engineering Department, Institute of Indian National Institute of Technology, Roorkela. So we are very much pleased to see him, sir, on our board. If time permits, and we hope that we get that time, a 10-minute session, we will try to take his class, sir. So now I over to Setapati Balakrishnan. Then next to Naka Venumadhavan, if any questions are there, please pose, so that Professor Chintakini Sanjay Garu will answer. So over to Setapati Balakrishnan, please.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much, Sanjay Chintakini Garu. It was a wonderful session.
Yes, sir.
You have explored all the options which is available for students who just finished the schoolings and wants to enter into the college life. You have explored all the possible ways. And in our comment session and in our engineering association, our secretary wants to pull some questions. Gokula Krishnan, please unmute yourself and ask the question to the sir. Over to you, GK.
Welcome, sir. Thanks for good presentation.
GK, a little bit louder. Your voice is dull.
Yes, loud. Why should be loud?
Yeah. Is now okay?
Yes, sir. Please.
Yeah. Thank you,
it's
sir.
okay.
Thanks. Yeah. Thank you, sir, for your good presentation from your end. So much warm and then I have some query from your end. So
Yes.
So we conducted 2 training sessions for our graduations in our Tamil Nadu region. So like personality and communication skills and how to prepare interview skill preparation from. So we conducted 2 training sessions around 4 hours. So
Yes, sir.
our people has not even awareness anything from their end for a career. So what is after finishing any graduation like BSc or BA or BE or
Yes, sir.
ME or any architect on any region or BCom and then teaching B.Ed and then MSc sciences and all the UGs and PGs are so all of them they conduct they attended the sessions. So they not awareness of how they need to develop the skills from here their own. So
So your question is about training after graduation, right? Or
yes,
skills
sir.
after graduation.
Yeah, after graduation they don't know
Right. So
how to make the
correct. So a very essential and interesting question because as I told, placement. No college will give any placement. Every individual has to earn his placement. College will only give opportunity of placement, and the student has to excel in right direction to get placed in that company as per specialization. Because this is an unending area where learning is very important, because lifelong learning, it has to be inculcated in every person right from first year of graduation, because irrespective of your stream, irrespective of your branch, you must able to understand the basic fundamentals involved in your branch. You must know what is happening in your area. You must be well acquainted with the skill set required for your profession. It may be soft skill, hard skill, or other thing. And you must be very good in communication is also important. And you must have patience. And you must able to apply for a right job at right time. Ensure that you are well prepared for any kind of interview or any kind of placement. Ensure that you know the basic history of the concerned organization, you know their targets, you know their employees, the basic fundamental are required, and the skill set. As I told, we have technical rounds, we have HR rounds, we have other areas are there. Be confident is the most vital aspect, and leave it to the God 10%. Prepare yourself 90%. 90% preparation is more important. 10% just leave it to the God, and ensure that with full confidence you can able to face that interview. And again, the last point which I want to highlight is about the skills required for that kind of specialization, which is very important. People neglect right from the first year itself. They will not focus on the basics. They will not spare time on other areas. Most of the time will be at least 20% of each day will be they spend on mobiles and other things. So this is also a criteria of time management.
Yes, sir. So, for example,
thank you so much, sir. Your presentation is excellently. Because the time slot we have to maintain,
yes, sir.
So that's why
sir,
we stop.
Sir, I have maintained your time slot.
Yeah, thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much.
Last 1 minute. Today is Sunday, working day. After half an hour, I got 2 lectures, 9 to 11, my time.
Yes, sir.
So that's what I was.
I wanted to highlight about your presentation.
Yes,
your presentation is simply superb, sir. On career guidance, you have enlightened, you have thrown light on very important aspects. Especially about the corona affects how it is affected the job field. So how to go about with that chala chakka chepparu. Tarvata మన డ్రీమ్ కూడా గుర్తు చేశారు మీరు. మన సర్ ఏపీజే అబ్దుల్ కలాం గారు, మన ప్రెసిడెంట్ గారు, వారు ఎప్పుడు కళలు కనండి, కళను సాధించడానికి కష్టపడండి అని చెప్పి వారి యొక్క స్ఫూర్తిని చెప్పారు. అండ్ నెక్స్ట్ వేరియస్ క్యారియర్ ఆపర్చునిటీస్ గురించి కూడా మీరు లైక్ అగ్రికల్చర్ లో ప్లస్ ఆర్గానిక్ ఇండస్ట్రీలో ఎట్లా ఉన్నాయి, ఆర్ట్స్ స్టూడెంట్స్ ఎట్లా క్యారియర్ సెలెక్షన్ చేసుకోవచ్చు, సివిల్ సర్వీసెస్ గురించి ఎలా చేయాలి, అండ్ క్యారియర్స్ ఇన్ కామర్స్ ఇంతకుముందు 30 years బ్యాక్ ఎలా ఉండేది, ఇట్లాంటివి చాలా very useful aspects, points you have raised, sir. Very nice of your presentation. We feel ABPEVS feel proud that you have given an excellent lecture and given suitable answer to our query also. Now, thank you so much for presentation.
Thank you, sir.
Now, I request Nakka Venumadhavan garu so meanwhile, no, actually, second presentation is by architect Chetana Rajkumar. Actually, she is that I have requested just now our Uppala Narendra Kumar garu to be ready for his presentation, because Chetana Rajkumar garu will go for a third session because she is in an inauguration of a collectorate building in Karimnagar. She is coming online in another 10 minutes. So I request now Nakka Venumadhavan garu to say about Uppala Narendra garu to start his presentation.
President garu.
Rajkumar garu.
Now she is ready.
I'm here.
She can take or she can continue later also.
She can continue, sir.
She can continue.
చేయండి, స్టార్ట్ చేయండి. మీరు వారి గురించి ప్రెజెంటేషన్.
సార్
పుప్పాల నరేంద్ర కుమార్ గారు, సార్ పుప్పాల నరేంద్ర కుమార్ గారు రెడీగా ఉన్నారా సార్?
Yes, I am ready, sir.
సో వేణుమాధవ్ సార్, మీరు వారి ప్రజెంట్ చెప్పి స్టార్ట్ చేయండి. మీరు వారి గురించి స్లైడ్ తయారు చేశారు కదా, చెప్పండి. So meanwhile, no, before Venumadhav garu prepare for his introduction, I thank Sanjay Chintakindi garu and the people who are on board now, our executive committee members like Masna Mohanarayana garu, General Secretary, Nakka Venumadhavan garu, Organizing Secretary, and Treasurer our Chilkuri Chandramalli garu, and Sangham Jayant garu, Chetana Jain garu just now joined. So as we requested, now Uppala Narendra Kumar garu will give his second session and later she will give, and we invite our deputy director garu is also available, Bhavana Narayana garu there, Chintakindi Vijay Prasad garu there, welcome sir, and Satyarayana garu, Developal Satyarayana garu is available, Shankar Shivratri garu is available, and welcome sir, Dasre Murli garu is there, Suryanarayana garu is there, Ravindra Vannam garu is there, Gokula Krishnan, all our committee members and other members and guests are available. I welcome all of them, and I request now Nakka Venumadhavan garu to start about
sir, just a minute, sir, President sir. Sir, Madam is ready and she is having other meeting after this. So
okay,
we proceed to Madam's speech.
Yes. Please go
So
ahead.
Please invite her, sir.
Yeah. So now I request Chetana Rajkumar garu. She is the architect basically by profession, and she is the chief consultant for Drumataru Construct Consultancy Services. She is the director of that Drumataru, and she is the secretary also for Confederation of Women Entrepreneurs. So Venumadhavan garu will give his slide presentation about her, and then she starts her presentation. We request, sorry for Puppal Narendra Kumar garu, your third session will be as usual, sir. Please.
No problem, sir.
Mrs. Chetana Rajkumar garu, she is chief architect and director of Mrs. Drumataru Consultants, Banjara Hills, Hyderabad, and she is also secretary to the Confederation of Women Entrepreneurs. She is having very good experience in architecture and structural designing. So she will explain about her more in her speech. So over to President, sir.
Madam Architect Chetana Rajkumar garu, please start your session, madam.
Yeah, thank you so much, sir. Am I audible?
Yeah, you are audible, perfectly audible.
Thank you so much, sir. Good morning, everybody. I welcome you all today on a Sunday. We are all here for a knowledge sharing session, and that is a wonderful thing to do. And I wish all the engineers out there a very happy Engineers Day. I know we are celebrating this a little ahead, but then I take this opportunity to Wish you all a very happy Engineers Day, and also congratulate each one of us for being in this noble profession of contributing to the society by the way of our ideas, our innovative skills. And out of this journey, I have been doing quite a few sessions on entrepreneurship, not only for engineers, but I've been doing this for quite a few organizations, students, because I myself being an entrepreneur, I strongly advocate this particular concept. According to all of us as an entrepreneur, I think, we virtually say somebody who owns a business or somebody who starts a new business, we say it's an entrepreneur. But is that definition actually enough? I don't think it is. Because entrepreneur is somebody who, more than starting anything, understands the risks and then comes up with something new with the kind of resources that they have. Whatever is the available resources with us, we try, we evaluate, we look at our opportunities, we look at the risks, and then we delve into something new. And that is why entrepreneurship is one of the vivid concepts that we look at, helping in the growth of the economy of any nation. Now, why do we need entrepreneurs? Do you really think we need entrepreneurs? Especially in these COVID times, we have come to one conclusion that if everybody is a job seeker, and with so much of instability in the job market, what is the future of the jobs? And if everybody wants to be a job seeker, then who will be a job giver? So definitely we need job givers more than the job seekers. So all of us together have to start looking at opportunities to start up as an entrepreneur. It is very, very important. I can narrate to you a small experience I was reading yesterday. One gentleman, I think he gave his car for a service. And when he had to pick up the car, he needed somebody to, reach there. So what he did is he booked a Ola bike, not a car. He booked a Ola bike. So I think the bike arrived, and he saw it was a 23-year-old young man. I think during the journey, while they were going from his office to the workshop, from his home to the workshop, this man started talking to the guy who was riding the bike. He said, "Why are you doing, what have you studied?" He said, "I'm an MBA. I said, "Why are you doing this job of, driving through the Ola bike?" He said, "Sir, I have been doing this for the last 1.5 years. I also have a cab, which I have put up a driver who drives the cab." The most interesting part is the gentleman who had hired this boy said, "Why don't you look at a job when you're an MBA? You are qualified enough to get a job." Then this man said, "Yes, sir, you're right. I did apply for a job. I also worked as a marketing guy for about 1.5 years. And the salary that I drew, or the salary that I got, was about 13,000 rupees a month." But then that set me thinking that is 13,000 rupees a month really, really viable for an MBA grad? And then I thought I should start doing something on my own. So he thought nothing is small to start as an enterprise, even if it means driving a bike on your own and starting up. And now further into the conversation, it so happened that this man said, "I will do this job of driving this Ola bike and running my Uber for the next 1.5 years, because I've already set aside some amount. I have saved some amount with which I plan to buy another 2 Uber cars and get into this travel business." Now look at the confidence and the vision of this person. He was not looking at, though this man said, "I have very good contacts in companies, I can get you a better paying job." He said, "No, sir. Today, as a driver with the Ola bike, I am earning about 12,000 rupees a month. But tomorrow, when I hire the cabs and I look at the income that I get, it will be close to about 80,000 rupees a month. So should I go for a 20,000 paying job, or should I go for some business kind of a thing which gives me 80,000 rupees? And above all, it gives me the satisfaction of doing something on my own, providing an opportunity of employment for 2 more people like me." That, my dear friends, is the crux of this whole concept. Working for yourself and creating equitable opportunity for distribution of income and wealth. That is how one person taking a risk will drive 2 more people to get opportunity for an employment. He will be an inspiration for a lot more people to come. That is how we contribute largely to the GDP of this country and the economic growth of the country. And entrepreneurship definitely is an engine for economic growth. Can I go for the next slide, please? Now, once we say entrepreneurship is more than just an economic term, why do I say it is just more than an economic term? It is a way of thinking. Because see, when you're an entrepreneur, you have an opportunity to exercise more of your creative freedom. You can run your business the way you want because you are the one who oversees the opportunity, who understands the risks involved in it. You know what is it that you are actually working for. You are not working for something which you do not know, but you're working for somebody which you strongly feel about. So an entrepreneur is somebody who needs to have 4 important things when he starts off on an enterprise. First and foremost thing is passion. You need a lot of this passion in you to achieve what you want, to reach what you have actually visualized. See, as an entrepreneur, when I started 20 years back, my vision was, yes, I have to survive in this profession and I will have to be recognized for my work one day, recognized so much that people should vouch for me. And today, when I go to some places, right now, I'm here in one of the cabins that I have designed, which was inaugurated just now about half an hour back. And here I see that, 15 years back, I find the Police Commissioner of Karimnagar, whose house I had done 15 years back. And very pleasantly, when he recognizes me, oh, madam, you are the one who did my house. This is a small world. My dear friends, see the adulation and see where you are when you start yourself as an entrepreneur. Yes, it takes hard work. It takes a lot of dedication. It takes a lot of sacrifices. It takes a lot of passion and hard work to come here. But then it's all worth. Nothing is very easy. Nothing comes very easy. Entrepreneurship too doesn't come very easy. You have your own hurdles. You need to keep on working on them. It's like this. If every road is smooth and there is no speed breaker, then you never know where to stop. But then every failure or every problem that you encounter is just like a speed breaker for us. So what do we do when there's a speed breaker? You just slow down and then you go ahead of it. Please, can I have the next slide? The next slide, please. So what are the personal attributes that an entrepreneur needs? The first one, according to me, should be creativity. Now, creativity is that spark which drives you to development a new product or service or to business. It is a push for innovation and improvement. The way we do business today was not the way we did business 20 years back. There is a whole new normal today. The way we think, the way we innovate. And believe me, my dear friends, this is a world of constant innovation, constant change. Change is the only concept which is permanent. Nothing else is permanent as much as change. Because, I don't know how many of you are really aware that fashion in Paris changes every 5 minutes. I think today it is every 2 minutes. Okay, in COVID, probably it stands still. But that is the kind of change that is impacting this world. So by the time it filters down from Paris to some other country, it takes less than about a week. If this is how the world is moving, do you think we have time to sit and delve on ideas? No, we have to come out with something creative. We have to come out with something so innovative that the world turns up and looks at you. They say, okay, this is a new thing that has come up. So we need to think out of the box. We cannot afford to be routine. We'll have to be new in our innovation, new in our approach, for which we need to constantly keep upgrading ourselves. We need to keep educating ourselves. And it is a long process of unlearning and learning every day. The next is dedication. Now, dedication, what motivates an entrepreneur to work hard? Definitely we need motivation. But how can this motivation come? Does it mean that somebody has to keep telling you, oh, come on, you can do this, and that is why you do this? No. Dedication is something, because this is intrinsic in nature. It is something which comes from you. It has to come from within. It has to motivate us to work hard. Because when you plan something, when you come up with something new, when you know that, yes, this is where I want to be, you will definitely put in that hard work with the dedication, and we are bound to succeed. The most eminent factor that I have seen when I talk about entrepreneurship to people is the fear of failure. They say, what if we fail? Now, why are we worried about what if we fail? Instead of the right question to ask is how will we succeed, we always ask the wrong question and we say, what if we fail? If we can set aside that question of what if we fail, and put up that question, how will we succeed? What does it take to succeed? Then believe me, that is where you have arrived yourself as an entrepreneur. You have decided that, yes, I am going to do something which makes a difference in the life of myself and the society that I am in. Next slide, please. Next, the determination. Now, when you have creativity, when you have dedication, there is one strong aspect that you need. That is the desire to achieve success. This is very important. Unless you have that fire in your belly, unless you have that passion, unless you feel that, yes, I have to do this come what may, I cannot afford to fail, then we will work towards it with the determination. We will not, our concentration will never go down. We will always try and stick. We cannot afford our vision to be lost. Because whatever happens, in case we are persistent, in case we are determined, even if we fail and go through a rough time, we are bound to bounce back. We will come back with a bang. I can give you the best example is Amitabh Bachchan Corporation Limited. Such a towering personality, such a huge man. And there was one time when this man had to sell away his corporation. He was on the verge of auctioning his house. But see the way he made a strong comeback with Kaun Banega Crorepati. A phenomenal success. A man who started his life all over again at the age of 60. Isn't that phenomenal? Isn't that something path-breaking? Isn't that an inspiration for all of us today? Yes, it is. And it has to be. Next, I think, is flexibility. What is flexibility? We all know flexibility is something, where you are ability to move quickly and respond. But what is it in terms of an entrepreneur? See, you have to be flexible. Now, I come up with an idea today. Yes, I'm working on the idea, but I also should have to consider how conversant and easy I am on the market needs. See, after all, an entrepreneur comes up with an idea which is responsive to the market, which is needed by the market today. Now, suppose we look at the example of COVID. You see, every second person today is into manufacturing masks, manufacturing sanitizers, face shields, hand washes. Why have people made this paradigm shift? Because they know that this is the need of the market today. So another important aspect of being an entrepreneur is understand and study what is the need of the market today, what is it that we are looking for, and how this will make us successful and launch us there. So we need to keep ourselves adept with the changing market needs, and we need to see how our dream will align with the market realities, and we can push it forward with enough strength and scope. Next is the leadership. All that we have, in case we do not have a leadership, then we will not be able to set a goal. And to be a good leader, first thing is you should know how to set goals for yourself. Realize what is your long-term goal and what is your short-term goal. What is it that you want to achieve, which is very, very important. Unless otherwise you understand what is it that you are out to achieve, you will not be able to move in a guided direction. And as an entrepreneur, you can never be alone. You always need a team with you who will work out. So we as persons as entrepreneurs, we need to be successful leaders, leaders who can lead by an example, leaders who can work with a team, leaders who can motivate a team, leaders who can clearly communicate what the vision you are having, what is the mission you have, why you're doing this. And once you align your team with you, believe me, the road to success will not be far. It will be very, very easy for us because you have aligned a team of people with you. You have proven that, yes, I am the person in charge and I am leading this dream. So it is not just my dream, but it is a dream for all of us that I have dreamt. I grow, we all grow. That should be our mission. It is not that you all work and I grow will succeed. Never. We grow, we all grow together. Then passion, yes, I've been talking about it. That is where it gets the people started. What about self-confidence? My dear friends, there is a very thin line with which, separates overconfidence, confidence, and self-confidence. Self-confidence comes when you believe in yourself. When you believe that, yes, I can do it. I have done my homework thoroughly. I will see how I can reduce the uncertainties and the level of risk. That is the kind of confidence you have. Oh, come on, I can do whatever comes. That's an overconfidence. So this is a very fine line, which separates the self-confidence and the overconfidence. And this is where we'll have to be very, very aware. Having self-confidence is one of the most important attributes that an entrepreneur needs to have. But never ever let this self-confidence turn into overconfidence when you get success. Because the moment you become overconfident, you will stop mitigating risk and you will see the pitfall. So it's always better that you are aware of it. And self-confidence, definitely I call it as be yourself. That is the only statement I say about self-confidence. Believe that whatever you are thinking, you will be able to do it. And when you say that, yes, I will be able to do it, we definitely need to do it. Then I say smart. Now, what is the meaning of smart? When we say, yes, people are smart enough. Smartness means consisting of common sense joined with knowledge experience. Why did I put this, definition called smart? Because it's not very, very important that you have a head full of knowledge, but you also need something which is common sense, where you need to understand that how your knowledge can be aligned with the consisting situations and how you can put it to immediate use. There are certain situations, see, I will give you the small example of a reflex when we were children. We were always the, noisy students in the class, and our teachers had this bad habit of throwing the chalk onto us when we were talking. So what was the immediate reflex our brain gave? The moment the chalk was thrown, we would somehow duck the chalk or get hold of the chalk. So this is the immediate reflex that a human brain gives. And being smart is also all about that. This is how you need to be smart. You need to keep a common sense of the things that are happening around you. Yes, you have knowledge in place, but still you need to see what is the risk coming for you. And you should know how to duck it, or you should know how to save yourself from it. That is when you will be treated as a smart businessman, or that is how you will be able to lead a smart endeavor. Can I have the next slide, please? The next slide. The next slide. Okay. Why should becoming an entrepreneur be any different today? I feel it is very, very important. See, entrepreneurship can be in different fields. You can be an entrepreneur by doing service.
Sorry for interruption, madam, because we have time slot. Kindly try to complete in a minute, so that 5 minutes will be for question or answers.
I'm just wrapping up, sir. This is the last slide I would talk about.
Please, sorry, thank you.
That's okay. Okay. See, entrepreneurs can be of different types. Entrepreneur can be a person providing service. Somebody running a patisserie or a cake bank or a bakery is also an entrepreneur. A doctor is an entrepreneur. A scientist is an entrepreneur. Any profession you take, when you do it on your own, it's an entrepreneurship. It is something which you start on your own. You try and create an impact for people. You create an enterprise where people get aligned with you, and you are effectively contributing to the society. On a personal note, before I wrap up, I would just like to say one thing. See, we all, as in the world, we have a very common notion. Okay, we are born, we all study, we get educated in a very good school, we get a very good grad degree, maybe probably, earlier it was engineering or doctor or whatever, but today the opportunities are wide and large. But once you get a degree, then they say, okay, find a good job for yourself, and then your life is settled, get married, and then you start a family. But my dear friends, is this the essence of life that we should be leading? Are we here to just get into that routine of, being born and going away from this earth without even leaving a carbon footprint of ours, without even leaving our footprint here? So I think this is the time then that if we want to make a difference, we need to start something on our own. We need to see that through our knowledge, through the resources that we have, we become an entrepreneur and create a difference of some more people who are underprivileged, provide them opportunities of employment, and this is how we will be able to raise the standard of living. This is how we will be able to create opportunities. We want more job givers than job seekers today. We want more risk takers who have opportunities, who have resources, to see that we as entrepreneurs lend a helping hand to people. Today, if I employ a person, I am taking care of a family. Today, if you are helping of one person, you are helping a family. So that is why we always say, if you want a person to survive, do not give him a fish, but teach him how to fish. Teach him how to make a fishing line, and then he will show you how to fish, and he will show you how a fish market can be made. So thank you, my dear friends. I hope I could share a few little thoughts of mine in the short time that we had. And once again, thank you for the opportunity. And the floor is open for the questions.
Thank you so much, madam. Thank you very much. You have enlightened about entrepreneurship points with the chala baga chepparu, and depending on the present situation, we are suffering with the COVID-19. So దాని ఇంకోటి example, standing example of a MBA student who is running a Ola bike, you have referred that example, which should be inspirational, motivational ideas for the young grads searching for the job, so they can rightly think about new type of opportunities. తర్వాత మీరు ఇవంటే లైక్ మనమే జాబ్ సీకర్స్ లాగా కాకుండా జాబ్ గివర్స్ గా ఎస్టాబ్లిష్ కావడం వల్ల విల్ బి సపోర్టింగ్ ద జీడిపి ఆఫ్ ది కంట్రీ అండ్ ఎకానమీని ఇంక్రీజ్ చేయడానికి కూడా మనం బూస్ట్ చేస్తాం అనే పాయింట్ చాలా చక్కగా చెప్పారు. అండ్ మీ పర్సనల్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ 20 years బ్యాక్ ఎంటర్ప్రినర్ గా మీరు ఎస్టాబ్లిష్ హౌ సక్సెస్ఫుల్లీ అండ్ గాట్ యువర్ అప్రిషియేషన్ ఫ్రమ్ an IPS officer designing his house. You have referred, and now also some office chamber you have inaugurated. Attended for inauguration just now half an hour back. And prastuta paristhiti kuda before COVID and after COVID ana situation undi. So after COVID, many people have taken this as an opportunity. So even this we can take as an example that actually last year we have done physical conference, but this time we are doing online using the technology. So with which many people have, wherever they are sitting, like mana Pupala Sanjay Garu, all the way from Riyadh, he had given his presentation. Now we are in Karimnagar giving presentation, and Pupala Narendra Kumar Garu is in Kathmandu, Nepal. He is going to give his lecture. Like Murali Garu, he is in Pune now. He is going to give lecture like that. So the opportunities ni మనం ఎన్కాష్ చేసుకుంటూ వెళ్ళడం అనేది చాలా బై ఎగ్జాంపుల్ తో బాగా చెప్పారు. ప్రొఫెసర్ సింగం జయంత్ గారు అని చెప్పేసి వారు ఒక పాయింట్ రేజ్ చేశారు ఇందాకంటే, ఒక ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ని మీరు చెప్తూ అట్లాగే అంటే మనం పద్మశాలి ఇంజనీర్ టర్న్డ్ ఎంటర్ప్రినర్ ఎవరైనా ఉన్నారా అనే విషయాన్ని చెప్తే అది అంటే జస్ట్ హాఫ్ మినిట్ లో నా గురించే చెప్తాను. వే బ్యాక్ 1991 I started doing government service. I have started my construction company doing part-time, like started with one architect and myself as engineer. Both we have started with one table and 2 chairs. Within no time of 9 years time, by 2020, our company became 2.5 crore company at that time. And just about to go to public issue and also because of my government job constraints and all, I could not continue that. But later, now I feel very happy that I was successful entrepreneur and residing on my own building I constructed 20 years back, the same building I am sitting now. So this satisfaction will be there as an entrepreneur. Instead of giving, searching for a job, we will be in a position to give the job.
Yes.
So that is the ultimate good point you have referred, and include failure, fear of failure.
Thank you very much, and Chetana madam, explaining. This should be a very.
I'll ask sir, please sir, I'll request you sir, please kindly. Yeah. So tarvata meeku ante మనం అంటే ఒక స్పీడ్ బ్రేకర్స్ హౌ యూ కమ్ బౌన్స్ బ్యాక్ అనేది కూడా యూ రైట్లీ రైజ్డ్. వైల్ యూ ట్రావెలింగ్ నో స్పీడ్ బ్రేకర్ విల్ కమ్ naturally, you have to stop your speed, then again after crossing that speed breaker you again take up your leap. So like that the business also, when any hurdle comes, naturally taking up mally further కావడానికి that will be an example. Failure is not always the failure. We again will get the success. చాలా చక్కగా చెప్పారు. సో మా ప్రొఫెసర్ సింగం జయంత్ గారు wanted sir, your question please be brief, and madam you also complete your answer very brief because 11:30 regular next third session.
Yes sir. Yeah sir, please.
Jayant garu, please sir, unmute yourself sir.
Whatever I have written in the chat box, Panduranga garu already adigaru. Chala santosham Chetana madam for motivating our next gen entrepreneurs also. In fact, అంతకు ముందు లెక్చర్ లో కూడా నేను చాట్ బాక్స్ లో రాశాను, 10 years కి ఒకసారి ఆర్గనైజేషన్ చేంజ్ చేయడం అనేది ఫర్ ఎ బెస్ట్ పర్ఫార్మెన్స్ ఇన్ ఎనీ ఆర్గనైజేషన్. దాని గురించి వారి ఒపీనియన్ కొంచెం టు త్రో సమ్ మోర్ లైట్ అని చెప్పాను అనమాట. If anybody is interested, they can throw some more light, because I have observed many people who were highly successful when they changed 10 years some organizations. అది అంతకుముందు రాశాను నేను. చాలా సంతోషం అండి పాండురంగయ్య గారు. పాండురంగయ్య గారు చెప్పిన తర్వాత ఇంకా వేరే వాళ్ళు చెప్పే స్కోప్ ఉండదు. He covered all the questions. చాలా సంతోషం అండి. We will be interacting further.
Thank you so much.
Let us not take much time of our Chetana madam.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. And now next I introduce madam. Thank you so much, madam, for your valuable participation. We feel very happy. And on behalf of the Chetana Rajkumar, I want to appreciate our Rajkumar. He is the vice president of our Akhila Bharatha Padmashali Engineers Vibhag Sangham. He is standing behind her. So he is the person given a lot of ideas during our review programs and all. So this could happen because of all suggestions, like Raj also had given his inputs. We have prepared plaques for an evening session. We are going to felicitate some people. So that will be in a course of program. Because lack of time, we will stop here. Thank you so much, madam, for your valuable presentation. Now,
I would just take leave out of the session for now, and I will join in the afternoon later. So because I'll be
please kindly. And Raj, I also request you to be available by 4:30 onwards. Till the end of the program, you should be there. Okay, thank you so much.
Yes, sir, we are there, sir.
Pandu sir, there is a question for her in YouTube.
Yeah, please, Setapati, please.
There is a question from Varsha in our YouTube live. She is asking, what is the mindset for the student who is just passing out from the schooling life? If he or she wants to become a UPSC exam, attend the UPSC exams, IAS, IPS, and or if he or she wants to pursue a GRE or IELTS, both the thing together, it is difficult. What is the mindset the student should have after the career goal is set? If I'm passionate about that IAS officer, what should be a mindset after passed out my schooling? That is her question, madam. Over to you.
I'll be very crisp and short on this answer. Okay, once the career goal is set, I understand, but then you have to understand what is your priority. You are attempting 2 exams at the same time, great. Then if you are attempting 2 exams at the same time, what is the kind of time you're going to allocate for reaching your goal? That becomes very, very important. And what are the resources available with you? What is the kind of dedication? What is the kind of perseverance that you will have to put into it? How you will have to set your priorities for it? How will you have to manage your time for it? That becomes a very, very important part. Having a mindset alone will not help, because these are the key factors. One thing is prioritization, next is time management, and how you are going to set your goals. You should have a roadmap in place. It cannot be very vague. You'll have to be very clear on what is the timeline that you have fixed, or what is the time you have given yourself to crack particular exam. How much of the your time resources that you're going to put into it, pursuing the other things, how much time you are going to study, how much of these subjects you are going to concentrate on, and what are your strengths and weaknesses. That also has to be identified. If you are very good at a subject, yes, you can allocate a little lesser time, but if you feel that is some subject where you're lagging, which needs more of your attention, please give more attention to that. So identify your strengths and weaknesses, manage your time properly, have a proper plan, or I should say always have a plan B also. It's not that you have a plan A which succeeds all the time. So please have a plan B in place, that yes, if I'm not able to reach this way, what is the other way? If this is getting congested, what is the next way I take out, but how I reach my goal? So that is very, very important. And in case somebody wants to still pursue the answers, my mail ID is very much with Pandurangaya sir. They can write back to me. I am very much open to answering that question in detail. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, madam. Thank you so much for giving your clear answer to the query. And I request another speakers also. As madam suggested, she is giving her mail ID for any future questions. Rightly you can ask. And next to Puppala Narendra Kumar Garu, he's the now working in the Kathmandu, working for the government of Nepal in electricity. This thing, and he was priorly long-term consultant for the technical advisor for the GIZ Germany. He worked, and I have over to Naka Venumadhan Garu about to explain about Puppala Narendra Kumar Garu before starting his session, please.
Thank you, sir. This Sri Engineer Uppala Narendra Kumar Garu is presently working as a long-term regional technical advisor for German Agency for International Cooperation, a German company. Presently is working in Kathmandu, Nepal. He is having very good experience of about 34 years in power sector. So this is mainly is having very good skills in training. He has given training all over India in almost all states in power sector. He guided many engineering students with project works, many seminars, safety lectures. So many technical seminars he has conducted. We are very proud to have here. And mostly electrical students will gain his lecture. In future we are going to conduct. So please listen to him. Welcome, sir. Sri Pupal Narendra Kumar, sir.
Thank you, sir. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Professor Ramchandran Garu. Good morning, Professor Sanjay Garu. Good morning, President Putta Pandangai Garu and other participants over there. As Mr. Nakka Venumadam has introduced, I'm Narendra Kumar. I've spent around 35 years in power sector, sir. Maybe that is the reason why they have asked me to talk on career opportunities in this power sector. I am a master's degree holder from Osmania Engineering College. I did my ME and MBA from Osmania itself. Now I'm pursuing my PhD through JNTU. And I've entered the power sector as a instrumentation and control engineer at a thermal power plant, Kottagudam Thermal Power Station. And then, as somebody were telling earlier, that we should keep changing. We should not just stick to one particular place. Yes, I've moved on from my instrumentation and control in the generating plant to transmission line system, where I was a protection engineer. Substations, transmission lines, protection, automation, I was looking after. Then having worked there in the transmission system, then I moved on to a distribution system. So in the distribution system, I've contributed a lot for the reason, recently there was an accident in Sri Salem powerhouse, Hydel power plant, left bank power plant got gutted due to some fire accident. So all the people over there, the senior management people have recommended my name to the government of Telangana and the TS Genco, TS Transco chairman, those things for including me into the probe committee for this accident probing. But however, because the flights are grounded here, I could not come out of Kathmandu. So I told them that whenever I come that side to India, I will definitely take part into that probe scheme and then see what best I can contribute to that one. This is about me. And coming to the prospects in power sector, yes, I've been training parallelly because I'm also a faculty at our own training institute. We have got a training institute at Eragadda, where we train all the newly recruited engineers into the generation, transmission and distribution wings. So I'm a key faculty there. I used to train all the newly inducted engineers on this orientation training, and also we used to give training to engineers who are already in service from chief engineer level to assistant engineer. So I used to teach almost, there is no subject, technical subject I cannot deal with. So I was training most of the people. And as Nakka Venumadam said, I was going across India to almost all the electricity boards. I went through Engineering Staff College of India and SAIR, REC, then through Alamtari. All these organizations, they took my services and they took me to various places. All these electricity boards, I've delivered many lectures, hundreds of lectures to all these electricity boards. Now coming back to our topic, that is opportunities in this particular field. I was also teaching in many of the engineering colleges, and I even teach the professors of many engineering colleges. In private engineering colleges, especially, they train their faculty there. So I used to engage those professors also. So coming back, I just wanted to focus on the opportunities in the power sector, because when you say power sector, you should not just think of electricity board or government only. There are many organizations connected with the power sector. So we will all discuss about the openings in those sectors. So to define what is engineering, definition wise, if you go, engineering is clever use of scientific principles to devise something for the optimum conversion of the resources of nature to the use of humankind. This is how engineering can be defined. All fields in the modern economy has been invigorated by engineering technology. This field deals with conceptualization of an idea, designing, manufacturing, and its application. So this is what we can sum up what is engineering as. Can you just go over to the next slide, sir? Engineering studies are the cornerstones of all developmental activities, starting from the agricultural equipment to industrial automation, consumer products, and space technology. The engineering studies have been found embedded into all technological advancements that emerge from the fundamental principles of theories and subsequent development of its prototypes. So engineering field is not just confined to one particular branch, it is everywhere. Next slide, sir. New theories and concepts with real-world applications have been evolving. The current practical systems have many of the attributes of fundamental engineering studies. So this is what we can sum up about the engineering fields. Now we look at various branches of engineering. Engineering is a vast field that offers many specializations, such as already mentioned by Mr. Professor Sanjay Garu. It is about civil engineering, mechanical engineering, electrical and electronics engineering, computer science engineering, information technology, electronics and communication engineering, instrumentation and control engineering, aeronautical engineering, ceramic engineering, chemical engineering, automobile, industrial, environmental, marine, textile, metallurgical, architectural, structural, biomedical. These are all various fields of engineering that one can opt on the academic front. But when it comes to the power sector, let me give you a brief introduction about the power sector. That is, when somebody with the electrical or mechanical or computer sciences or information technology or electronics and communication, these are the fields which find more opportunities in the power sector. To understand exactly where exactly they can fit, they should understand basically about the power generation, transmission, distribution, as to where they can fit in well. That is what we will just look in the next few slides. Electricity, the most important infrastructural input in the development and growth of economy. So for any economic growth across the world, power sector is the backbone. So there is a saying that for 5% of GDP increase, so you should have 1.5 times the power installation. That means if you are, every year, if we forecast around 5% of GDP, that means 7.5% of energy generation you should have additionally every year. So for that matter, if you look at, India has got a total installed capacity of 3,70,000 megawatts generation. So 3,70,000 next year, it should increase by around, if your GDP is 5%, it should increase by 7.5%. This is how the generation is planned, and the power which is generated is transmitted and distributed to the end consumer. So this is where all these branches of engineering, they play a vital role. Consumption of electricity. So electricity is also, it is an index of advancement of a country, standard of living. So as of now, India is consuming around 1,200 units per capita consumption is that one. Whereas if you take USA, they are consuming around 10 times. That means their per capita consumption is around 12,000 units per head. So that shows the standard of living. So for elevating the standard of living, you need to add additional generation. Economic growth rate of 8 to 9% if you are looking at, so your installed capacity should go much more. Next, sir. So this is various components involve generation, transmission, distribution, and end user. Yes. Next one, sir. It's an analogy. So, power sector, power system analogy, the brain is like, load dispatch center. Load dispatch center is a place where the load actually is dispatched to the required consumers. Okay, could be industrial, domestic, all those things, are to different states as well. And generation is like heart. And then the other things like transmission, sub-transmission, distribution are like arteries. Next one, sir. Next slide, please. So, basically, previous slide, sir. Previous slide. Basically, power generation is done in large scale through thermal, hydel, nuclear, diesel, gas, combined cycle power plants, all these things. When it comes to renewable energy, we have got solar, tidal, wind, geothermal, biomass, fuel cells, because this is what is now the important area where people are concentrating on, because the left side ones are mostly non-renewable one, because of which there are many environmental problems are there. Because of that, every country in the world is trying to switch over to the renewable energy source. Next one. So these are the various elements involved in various type of generation. Like this is a thermal power plant, has cooling tower, gas tower, and in between boiler, turbine, everything. Yes, sir. Next. And this is the overview. Yes, this is hydel power plant where the water is stacked behind the dam and then it is sent through the penstock, which rotates the turbine, which in turn is coupled to the generator. That's how you get the power. Yes, sir. Next. This is the a dam. Next one, sir. This is for hydel power plant. This is a nuclear power plant. Here, the source of energy is basically nuclear fuel. And then comes diesel generator. You all know about this one. It's an engine and then coupled to a generator, you get the power. Yes, sir. Yes. Next one, sir. Next. And this is a gas power plant where the gas resources are more. People will go to these kind of plants, especially Gulf countries and all. We have got gas power plant, and also in Gulf countries we have got what are called as combined cycle power plants. Combined cycle power plant is nothing but, see, countries like Gulf, there you have only, there are no rains. So drinking potable water requirement is met through the desalination plants, where the combined cycle power plant comes to the rescue, where in the first stage, gas is utilized to run the generator. Then the let out fuel gases are used to run the steam turbine. And then still the energy left out after the steam turbines is used for converting the seawater into potable water through desalination plant. These are all the involvements, that is equipment involvement. I'm just telling so that the budding engineers who are coming up, they can find their areas. So there you got mechanical, you got electrical, you got electronics, you got controls, you got instrumentation and controls, you got civil, everything in these kind of plants. Yes, sir. Next. Next, sir. This is solar renewable. This is the process. Okay. Next one. Next. So this is the tidal, basically tidal energy generation. Yes, sir. Next one, sir. This is wind power plant where wind is used, wind turbines are used to generate power. Yes, next one, sir. Next, this is geothermal power plant, gas. Yes, sir. Next, biomass. And then finally you have got fuel cells. These are the various type of generations where the engineers can think of finding some jobs if at all they are interested in power sector side. It's not necessary that everyone should come to power sector side. They can also go to other industries. So why we have generation, transmission, distribution is that we have got these resources of generation located at only a few places. Like your coal reserves are there in eastern region side, and you got water resources on the north and northeastern reserves, but other regions doesn't have all these resources. So where we have to generate power at these places and transfer the power to the load centers. That is why we have generating plants at one place and transmission lines to cater for transmitting this power to the load centers. Yes, sir. Next one. And then this is the transmission lines. Okay, next. So power sector has evolved in India like this from pre-independence to 1990s, right, sir? Next. So this is how the grid also has come up from local to state to regional to now we have got a national grid at 765 kV system, and we are very soon going to have 1200 kV system also in the national grid. Yes, sir. Next. Now, the installed capacity, I just told you, per capita consumption, I told you, the natural resources depletion and the kind of pollution they cause also, I've told you. This is why we are shifting from non-renewable to renewable. And there are many changes taking place in the power sector, sir. Unbundling, that means earlier we used to have a unified, centralized power sector, electricity board we used to have, where generation, transmission, distribution used to be under one umbrella. Now it has been unbundled for various reasons. For basically, it is also to improve the efficiency. The power sector has been unbundled into generation separate, transmission separate, and distribution separate for better accountability, because there are a lot of losses which are taking place. Losses were to the tune of 60 to 70%. So to bring down or fix the accountability, the sector has been unbundled to various corporations with different acts and all. So opportunities wise, if you come to, you have in the power sector, you got in the core power sector, if you take, you have got government, you got public sector, and you got private. And industry is related to power sector. Once again, you have got government, public sector, and private. These are the various places you can find opportunities. Yes, next one, sir. Opportunities in power sector are, you can join a generating company, transmission company, distribution company, or central government organizations through various competitive exams. That once you are entering into these kind of organization, it's not necessary that you are put in only a particular place. Electrical engineer can be put on a mechanical job, or mechanical engineer can be put on electrical job. It goes on like that in government organizations. Whereas in private, they specifically select you for a particular role. Opportunities, if you take at the industry level, you got power sector requires a lot of cables, conductors and all. So you have openings in these industries like cable manufacturing industry, manufacturing the conductors, various conductors, transmission lines, especially different insulators, pin insulator, disc insulator, all those things are paper insulator, oil insulation. So you have got various opening into all these areas also. Then organizations come in manufacturing towers. Can you go to the previous slide, sir? Towers, poles, and control panels, relay panels, electrical cubicles, transformers. In transformers, once again, you got power distribution instrument transformers. Next one, sir. So turbines, boiler, pumps, motors, lighting system, HVAC system, switchgear, instrumentation control system, sensors. All these are various industries related to power sector. One can think of joining them. Yes, sir. Next one. And relay, protection equipment, network equipment, automation equipment, measuring instrument, energy meters, smart meters, battery charger, solar panels, compressors. Yes, sir. So gear systems, steel fabrication, piping, ducting, hardware accessories, earthing systems, software development, EPC contracting, consulting firm, distribution, franchises. These are the areas you think of in the industries related to power sector. Next, coming to specific opportunity in power sector, once again, you can be a tendering engineer. So for tendering for a particular job or particular equipment, you should know thoroughly about this, about the equipment or the job which you are seeking for. So for that reason, you should have good experience first of all. You cannot just, a beginner cannot become a tendering engineer. Likewise, you can become a design and engineering. This also requires some experience. Unless until you have a thorough experience in the particular subject, you cannot become a design and engineering guy. So for that, these days you also require some background of AutoCAD. And then you can be a procurement engineer, because when I'm talking about the power sector at large, so you require to procure big things. So you can be on the procurement side to start with. You can be into the manufacturing. You can be in the erection and construction of various power plants, substations, transmission lines, distribution substations, lines, meters, all those things. You can be a testing and commissioning engineer. So you can test and commission all the equipment, whatever you are installing, to suit to certain standards and specification, international standards like IEC all those things you need to have, you have to adhere to those things for commissioning a particular equipment. And then you can be operation and maintenance engineer. You can look up for these kind of jobs where already installed jobs, you can operate them, or you can take up maintenance required frequently. You can become a logistics engineer. You can join the project management, wherein all the fields are covered. Next one. You can be a fabrication engineer. You can be marketing. These days, private companies are coming, franchises are taking place. People are now seeking these marketing people for selling their products. Then you can also trade in the open access system these days. You can be a consumer relationships manager. You can be HR manager, accounts, chemists. All these non-engineering branches can also find jobs in the power sector. Yes, sir. Next one. You can be on the training side. You can do some research jobs in the power sector related job and organizations. You can be a stores in charge. You can be a HVAC engineer. You can be a QA/QC engineer, which is given much more importance everywhere in the power sector. You can be a safety engineer too. These are all the various fields when organizations seek employment from the call for engineering graduates. Then you can be a firefighting engineer. You can be information technology engineer. So these are the areas you can think about, especially now. Automation is encroaching upon the power sector. If you are electrical engineer, pure electrical engineer, that will not work, because communication has invaded power sector now because of communication technological developments and usage of all communication equipment. Now we are able to monitor power sector from anywhere in the world efficiently. The losses have been brought down with all these new things which are put in place now. The losses have come down from 70% to now the losses are hovering at 20%. Because for generating 1 megawatt of power, you require 10 crores of rupees, sir. Now you can think of, we have installed 3,70,000 megawatts into 10 crores. That means this particular sector is 37 lakh crore industry. So this much of money is involved. So naturally, even 1% saving will contribute a lot to the organization. So these are various openings you can think about. I think I've just completed my time. I should stop it here. So in depth about each areas I can talk on some other day on this platform to enlighten our budding electrical engineers from Padmashali community. So what I could say finally is there are many openings. You should not, as somebody already said, you should not just stick to one particular place, or just, you should not say that now I've done with my education or my job and all. You should always update your knowledge. So that's how it will help you. I'm 61 years old now, but I'm still pursuing my education, and I did almost all hardware and software courses, including Java, everything. It's not necessary that I should use it, but I know what is a software, all those things. For that reason, I did. And I can, at any point of time, I can recapitulate that. I can still say that this is what I can interpret in the sector. Okay. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity. And all of you must bear with my beard, because I'm strictly following social distancing. I never went to salon. So for last 5 months, I was like this. This had grown. Okay. Otherwise, I always used to be very clean shaven. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you so much, Pupar Narendra Kumar Garu. You have enlightened a great lecture on our sector. And actually, you have raised about generating to transmission, about the distribution and the recommendation for include in probe committee of recently held accident of Srishalam power house in the left bank. And rightly you have raised about your introduction as lecturer. I've given so many hundreds of lectures in SE, REC and other institutions throughout India. It is very great, honored. Our ABPEVS feel very honored you be in our system, sir. Until your physical appearance in Hyderabad, whenever you are there, definitely use it to attend. Now you are in Kathmandu. There from you have given your lecture in the power sector. You have enlightened about the many branches of engineering also. That also give, students will get an enlightenment, and a good depiction you have given about analogy with the human body, how that the power distribution and the power human body comparison. You have given a very nice depiction, sir. And Sangham Jayantu garu was actually raising about wireless transmission of power. So the power now will be through the cable only we are transmitting. No, so any power that thing he was asking actually. And Vanam Ravindra garu was also telling about the opportunity in power sector. One can become an energy auditor or manager. That also he was raising. Yes. And so if 1 minute. Sangham Jayantu garu will ask a question, and within 1 minute you have to complete the answer, please.
No problem, sir. Yes.
Sufficient, I think. Chala thanks and Puppala garu for a nice presentation. I had my PhD scholars from electrical and other departments also. Regarding Antakana mundu mee gaddam gurinchi, idi nenu self cutting cheskunna andi idi. Cutting kuda self in these 6 months. Now regarding we should not exceed our 1 minute time. Ippudu linguistic power transmission is wireless power transmission. You can throw some light for our next generation electrical engineers, because I was surprised when one of my student who is basically from mining background, he asked me, sir, I want to do a project on wireless power transmission. I was surprised because wireless sensor networks, many of my BTech mining students, they have done projects under me. Then MTech PhD from other countries also on electrical electronics. Then nowadays it is a trend of transdisciplinary translational research of our CSIR. Because I was a scientist for 20 years, I had that liberty to use our Indian scientific community. You can throw some light on this.
Yes, sir. Power transmission can also be through wireless, like, if you have line of sight. It is not possible as of now. It is not possible in cities, because in cities you have got all high-rise buildings where the towers cannot be put, because I can share on our earlier SCADA system where it has failed because of these high-rise buildings. So, but you can go outskirts. There it is possible through electromagnetic wave radiation. So you need to convert the electrical basic power into electromagnetic wave on one side and transmit it through the transmitter on the other side. The line of sight, if it is available sufficiently, yes, we can still have it, but it is in the nascent stage now. Bulk transmission as of now, it is not possible. It is at very minor power later in the wattage level only it is possible. But very soon we can also come up with those kind of bulk transmissions in terms of kilowatts and megawatts of power, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much, sir. Sorry for interruption because lack of time. We need to maintain the time now. Dasari Murali garu is ready. I request Naka Venumadhan garu to introduce about Murali garu, and he will start his presentation. And his presentation should complete by 12:30 sharp, because our chief guest Valedictory just now spoke to him, and he is coming 10 minutes prior to 1 o'clock, and he is going to give a Valedictory presentation, Valedictory keynote address. His will be okay, sir. Thank you. Over to Naka Venumadhan. Setupati Balakrishnan, please.
We have some questions for Mr. Puppal Kumar, sir, from YouTube Live.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Sir, the first country in New Zealand to opt for the purely wireless communications. So can you little bit talk about that? And also a company called Toshiba is looking for wireless communication in India, is establishing. So these are two questions, sir, for you.
Yes, that is what I said. I mean, it is all possible provided you have a line of sight thing, because in cities it is not possible, and at megawatt level it has not yet succeeded. We are still, because communication, yes, we are able to do through microwave communication. Microwave communication, there are many problems in the communication through. We are switching over to fiber communication these days on different latest protocols, like 61850 is the latest protocol in the power sector. So likewise, power transmission, it will take some more time, sir. It is possible. People have done a lot of research on that. Few watts of power is being now transmitted, and in future, it will go into bulk transmission.
Thank you. And also, what about that when we are transmitting power in wireless, how about any object is intersect, meaning any birds can cause...
That is what I said. I told you, there should be a clear line of sight. So those birds and all, if they fall into the category of electromagnetic wave radiation, yes, they get affected. All these things, like, before you go ahead with bulk transmission of power, we still have to work out on all those areas of the safety especially.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. Because of lack of time, sorry for interruption. Jayanth garu, please, sir, later we'll try. Naka over to Naka Venumadhan garu and to introduce about Murali Dasari garu so that he will start and he will complete by 12:30 sharp. Thank you so much.
Sir, before that, sir, I request all viewers to send to our mail ID, Padmashali Engineers @gmail.com. If any questions, sir, we'll answer through your mail. So, because due to time constraint, some of questions we are unable to answer. Please understand, sir. Now, coming to, I'll request Murali Dasari garu. He is presently General Manager in Power System Engineering of Cummins India Limited, Pune. He is basically from industrial engineering and is also a motivational speaker. He is having 25 plus years of experience at middle and senior management in OEMs and engineering services. He has successfully completed various projects from concept to launch. He is having experience of working and leading cross-functional and cross-cultural teams. He is having international work experience in Germany, USA, Italy, and China. So he has worked previously also many companies. He is empaneled faculty in National Institute of MSME. He is also judge and chief guest for various student events. And like that, many. Now I request Sri Murali Dasari to present you.
Venumadhan, thanks for the introduction. So I will not take much time. Before I start this presentation, I just want to tell two things. Job search, as you all know, is now very critical in the COVID situation. A lot of people are struggling with the jobs. A lot of people lost their job. A lot of people are searching for the job. So I made this presentation in a very general way. It is not that only freshers can use this presentation. So this presentation, senior people can use it, juniors can use it, even a commerce graduate can use it, a science graduate can use it, technical, non-technical, everyone can use this, take benefit of these inputs. And the other thing is, it is not that I'm going to tell so many things. So it is not that you have to do all the things to get a job. So depending on your area of experience, knowledge, and your field, you can do the relevant things. It's not necessary to do everything. Okay. So these are the contents which I'm going to cover in this presentation. Venmother, you can go to the next slide. So this is a prerequisite for being a job search. See, normally what is happening nowadays, either it can be a junior or a senior, anybody, a lot of people, they think I go to a job and I will get a job, or I'm applying here, and it is not like that. You should have the determination and persistence to achieve your goal. It cannot happen in an overnight. Maybe you are lucky, you may get a good job in a first attempt, but it is not possible for everybody. So that is why I'm telling that determination, persistence to achieve the goal is very important. And again, good resume with all details. So this is also very important because a lot of time we see people write so many things in a resume, but when they go to interview or they are not able to answer what they have written. So it is very essential and should be important that whatever you know, whatever you can answer, whatever is your goal, that only you put it in the resume. Otherwise, what happens? You will give a wrong impression to the interviewer. So that is very important. So whatever your strength, whatever the area you can answer, only put that details in your resume. And third thing is always willing to learn and improve. So this is very important because a lot of time I saw people coming to me say, sir, I have given this job for 3 times. I'm not getting, I've attended 10 interviews. So the basic question is, whenever you write any exam or whenever you appear for any job or any interview, first when you attempt, then you should do some analysis. Suppose if you have failed, you should do your own self-analysis. Just say, yes, what kind of questions they are asking in interview, what kind of answer I am telling to them, is my answer correct, or whatever they're expecting, I am able to do as per that. So first you do a self-analysis, or if you are not able to do on your own, please take the help of your experts, seniors who are good in your field. So talk to them, they'll give some, maybe you may be doing some silly mistake, you don't know. But during interview, you think that I have done everything well. But what they're expecting from you might be different than what you are telling. So do a kind of a small self-analysis with you, or you can take help of some expert or senior. So that will help a long way in, getting the job in at least in a second, third attempt. So these are some of the newspapers I am telling you where you can get the jobs. So basically, Times of India is you will get advertisements on Wednesday. Even Hindu also there is on Wednesday. Inaugural you can check it on Tuesday or Friday. Deccan Convent normally on Thursday. And if you want to go search for any government jobs, it is essential that you always follow the employment news. So every week you get it on Friday or Saturday, this employment news. It is very essential. All the government jobs will come in employment news. So, sir, go back to the previous slide. So generally, if you see, normally Times of India, Hindu, what happens, this will be mostly corporate sector jobs will be more or there. And maybe a senior level jobs also will be there in Times of India and Hindu. But especially if you go to this Deccan, then you get some entry level jobs, local jobs. Even if you go to this Marathi newspaper, Sakal or Lokmat, normally they publish jobs on Wednesday and on Saturday. So there you get some entry level, local level jobs. So depending on requirement, you can choose your whatever paper you want to refer for your jobs. Next slide, sir. So here I have mentioned so many different websites where you can refer for jobs. These are the popular sites like Naukri, Monster, Times Jobs. But these all three mostly will be presenting you with the corporate or private jobs. And normally, at least you should have 2 to 3 experience. If you have a little bit experience, it will be these 2-3 sites will be useful to you. But if you go to the, if you go to this website like Task Telangana, TUP, there you get a lot of fresher jobs which are advertised in those websites, and they are all done by the startups. So that means you will not have much struggle with those jobs, but the jobs are not that lucrative. They'll not pay you, and all are like startup jobs. So learning wise, those jobs are very good. So if you are interested in picking or learning, you can go to those websites. There are a lot of postings coming in this website. You can refer. Even sometimes LinkedIn also they advertisement, but LinkedIn also is mostly for senior people, but they also advertise for freshers. Nowadays, there are a lot of WhatsApp groups are there. There a lot of people are posting the jobs. Even our own WhatsApp group is there. Engineers Vibhag, there a lot of people, our colleagues are posting jobs for all people. So you can refer those groups. Sometimes you'll get some idea. There are a lot of postings coming in that also. There is one more site called Sarkari Naukri. This is basically for the government jobs. There they are giving the jobs in all kind of categories. Like it can be a teaching job, it can be engineering job, it can be a clerical job. So you'll get different varieties of jobs, and most of the jobs are covered in this Sarkari Naukri. The other website is Sakshi Jobs. This is also a very good site where they are categorizing all the jobs. See, if you have a bank job, they will have a separate section. You can refer a private jobs. You can refer government jobs. You can refer teaching jobs. You can refer different jobs. So there are different categories they are giving in Sakshi Job. So depending on requirement, you can refer whatever the website is useful for your kind of job. Next slide, sir. So here also I have given some company sites. These are mostly IT and mechanical related. See, a lot of times what is happening, companies, they have like, career section or something is there in their website. So if you are interested in, say, for a particular company, or suppose you say you are a IT engineer, you can regularly go to Infosys, Wipro, TCS sites, you check their career section. So they normally advertise jobs there also. Suppose if you are a mechanical engineer, go to Tata Motor, Tata Technologies. There also they have a career section. So they are advertising frequently all the jobs openings which are available there. And these are the only few sites I have mentioned. There are so many companies. Depending on your area of specialization, all that you can refer that. It is not an exhaustive list, but normally, suppose if you see even these companies also advertise, like they do a lot of recruitments offsite also. Nowadays, they are doing a lot of off-campus recruitment into. Earlier, what used to happen, they will go to different colleges, conduct the campus into all that is to select. Nowadays, what is happening because of this COVID and other things, and even the cost of travel, cost of recruitment, what they are doing, they are preferring an online recruitment. So off-campus recruitment, then it makes it easy for them. They take the biodata online of everybody, and depending on the criteria, suppose say if they have only 100 jobs and say around 20,000 people are applying, so they will adopt different criteria. So they may put some restriction on percentage. See, whoever has got in 10th class, 12th, and in engineering minimum 70, they can shortlist in that criteria. After that, they can conduct some online return or GD. Then they can take an online interview only. So depending on the number of vacancies, depending on the company, the procedure will change. So, but you should keep on following those companies which you are interested. So the opportunities can come anytime. It can be off campus, it can be experience, or it can be some project based also, it can be some contract based also. So, but the thing is, you should keep a track continuously if you are interested in going to that companies. So these are some of the consultants I mentioned. Normally consultants, what happens is some people who will help or not, they will immediately charge you some money. But I don't suggest to go them. But normally, if you go to, there are some consultants like, Indeed, Manpower. Some of these they only do for the freshers or lower recruitment. But especially ABC ranks, and they only do for experienced and senior people. So depending on the requirement of your job, you can first thing is what you can do is you just register your resume in those portals. And once you feel, once you go through their portal, when you feel that you are getting the relevant jobs of your area in those portals, and they are giving you some opportunities like that, then you can think of any of their paid services. Otherwise, don't directly pay in any consultant and waste your money. So think what kind of jobs you're looking, what kind of jobs those consultants are working, what is their feedback. Check with some of your friends or some reviews. Then you can go for any paid service. But there's nothing wrong in just registering your name or free of cost. You can a lot of time register your resume, and there are some people only do IT jobs. There are only people they do only automobile jobs. There are people they only do science jobs. So depending on that, you please register yourself. And once you get the confidence, if they are helping you out, then you can go for some paid services. So here I have given some university websites like Usmania. See what happens if you go to any of these sites generally. What happens normally, people think university site means it is only teaching jobs. So no, it is not like that. Even if you go to Usmania University job and do a career section, you will get a lot of jobs. Apart from the teaching, you will get some research assistant, some incubation related jobs, some entrepreneurial jobs. So same thing with University of Hyderabad. So any site you go, not only the teaching, you will get other jobs also, because now any university, everyone is starting some entrepreneur center or maybe incubation center. So there are a lot of jobs which are available. There are a lot of centers in the universities which help entrepreneurs or incubators. So someone is wanted to do a small startup or do a small project, they are also helping. So if you follow regularly their career section, there are a lot of things. See, then someone is with a BCom background also can get some job in the accounts or finance. If you go to any university, so that are also available. It is not that only MSc students will get a job in university. So everyone has an opportunity in university jobs also. You can be an engineer, you can be a science graduate, you can be a commerce graduate. So everyone, even if you are a normal graduate also, there are some openings in the universities where you can get some job. So depending on the area of your, suppose if you are staying maybe in South, or if you're staying in Maharashtra, or if you're staying in Hyderabad, so whatever the local universities are there, like I mentioned here, Usmania, University of Hyderabad, NIT Warangal, IIT Hyderabad, or Central Institute of Tool Design. If someone is in Maharashtra, they can check on the University of Pune, University of Mumbai, or Indian Institute of Technology, Bombay. So whatever is relevant to you or whatever is close to you, whichever university is interesting to you, you can go. But normally university always some or other jobs will come. Even if there is no permanent jobs coming, there are a lot of projects which are there, which are done by the university. So they employ somebody from MSc, BCom, MSc, BTech background. They say we have a project, we are funding say for 2 crores, 3 crores. So we require a person, for with BTech or some qualification who can work us with 2-3 years. So what happens? Instead of you sitting idly and wasting and searching for job, if you go there, you will get some stipend. You can get some project experience. From that, you can search from other jobs. So here I have mentioned some national institutes. Here there are actually so many. Like if you go to UPSC, see normally what people think whenever UPSC means it is only IAS and IBPEVS. Not like UPSC is doing so many recruitments. So if you go to their website, you can see so many job opportunities in UPSC website. So don't think UPSC means it is only civil service or IAS, IPS. So this is again this Tata Institute of Social Science. Suppose if someone is a science graduate, they can go to this Indian Institute of Science and Education Research. There are a lot of openings for research for science graduates. There's a called NCL, National Chemical Laboratory, which is in Pune. There are a lot of opportunities for science graduates. So now ISICR is there throughout India. There are a lot of centers out there. So depending on your interest and area of where you want to go, there are a lot of openings which are coming there also. If you go to here, there is one center called Center for Good Governance. There are a lot of IT jobs they publish in this Center for Good Governance. ABPEVS is basically they are doing bank kind of recruitment. So there you get all kinds of jobs. It is not that only provisional job. You get jobs for provisionals, you get jobs for clerical, you get jobs for rural banks. So many jobs they are publishing in ABPEVS. And there are some other site like RRB, they call Railway Recruitment Board. So in India, there are around 16 to 17 railway recruitment boards are there. So you go to their website regularly, RRB. So they publish, there are jobs available for everybody. Even if you are 10th pass also, you'll get some job in railways. If you are a graduate, there is some job. If you are an engineer, there is some job. So everyone has got some job in railways. So only thing is you should go to the relevant railway recruitment board, check their website. And one more thing, please don't approach any agent because there are a lot of people who are cheating in the name of railway jobs. Only follow the official website, apply on the official website, only follow the official routes. Don't go with any agent or some agent because there are a lot of cheating happening for especially railway jobs. Okay, and you can check it regularly. There are regular jobs. Even in 10th pass, 8th pass also will get some kind of job in a railway recruitment board. Okay, and here I have mentioned some other activities what you can do if you want to get. See, a lot of times we know a lot of our friends are there. Suppose we are studying in a college, you have friends. They're already in some company or some job. You can talk to them how they got the job, what you have to do, or if someone is senior to you in your college or in your society, you talk to him. They will help you. They will give you some guidance. With their experience, they will tell you, "Arey, don't do this mistake. You please prepare your resume like this. You please answer like this during the interview." So they will use some because they already experienced. They have done some mistake. If you contact them, it will help you. So this is one of the best way. Another thing is nowadays, all our relatives are a lot of educated. It's not like 20, 30 years back, no one was educated in your family. So there are a lot of seniors in your family, your uncles, your seniors, relatives, those are already in the different IT fields in America, in different fields. So please talk to them so they can help you, guide you. And there are a lot of experts in different. Now today you see there are a lot of experts, people from entrepreneurship are there, power sector are there, career again. So there are a lot of experts who are available around us. So if you are particularly interested in a particular area of your expertise, please talk to them. They can guide you, help you, give you some relevant input that may be helpful for your job search. And as all you know that internet, vast information is available nowadays, internet. So depending on your requirement, you can search on the internet. You will get some relevant information related to a job. And watch TV and see. A lot of times, if you see, especially in Hyderabad, I've seen in especially ETV and other. So they have a program of half an hour for only jobs. So what they will do in morning, I think it is there on Sunday, 10:30 it is there. Maybe a lot of TV channels will have. So what they will do apart from the giving you the information about different jobs.
Sir Murali Garu, sorry for interruption. 5 minutes interaction session will be there. So 12:30 another lecture.
Yeah, I'm completing, sir. This is my last slide.
Please, please.
Yeah, this is my last study. I am through. I am completed.
Please.
So what happens if you constantly follow the TV shows? What happens? You will not only get the information about the jobs, you will also get the guidance of different experts. So if you are not able to see TV, you can also watch in YouTube. And again, is the training and placement officer. There are every college will have some training and placement cell. So you be in touch with your training placement officer. You register your biodata there. You go to the databases. So it will also give a lot of information for helping in the job. So these employment exchanges, I am not talking of the regular or government employment exchange. There are, especially in universities and some colleges, they have some kind of employment where if you can register, they will not give a job there. What happens? They will help you in getting some training or some apprenticeship job kind of training or some project. That kind of jobs will be there. Especially these centers are there in universities. So if you approach them now, they will not help you in getting a job, but they will help you in getting some kind of training or some kind of apprenticeship training like that. They can help you. Next slide, sir. So I am through with my presentation. Here just I am giving my number. Please don't call me directly. If someone has, you can WhatsApp. Then I can clear some of your doubts. Pandregar, I am through with my presentation, sir.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Thank you so much, Dasari Murali Garu. You have given excellent presentation about searching of the jobs in the present pandemic situation. Many are suffering with the job opportunities. They are suffering. So you have rightly mentioned regarding how we have to search through newspapers, websites, and national institution websites are there through which we can search jobs. And don't rely on the agents so that they may dupe, and official websites only to be rely on. So all these excellent things you have enlightened. Thank you so much, sir, for your presentation. Before going for next speaker, Professor Venkatarajaya, so 5 minutes is open for any question. Anybody want to have any question? I request Sir Kuram Setupati or Naka Venumadhavan garu, any chat question is available. You can pose that question to him. Okay. So, unda evana leda?
No, sir.
Yes. Thank
No
you.
question, sir.
And so just before going to Professor Tatikonda Venkatarajaya garu, I hope he is online. Sir, Professor Venkatarajaya garu, are you there? Please unmute yourself. కొంచెం ఆయనది ఐఫోన్ అనేది అన్మ్యూట్ చేయండి, వారది అనుకుంటానది.
ఓకే సార్,
మీరు లైన్ లో ఉన్నారు కదా సార్? ఒక్క నిమిషం సార్, మీరు బిఫోర్ స్టార్ట్ కంటే బిఫోర్ ఐ వాంట్ టు వెల్కమ్ మా ఉప్పల పుల్లయ్య గారు, హూ ఈస్ ద advisor for our organization. He also joined just now, and I want to convey our thanks to him. And at the same time, another successful candidate, rightly we can say, and we are going to felicitate that boy, Suryanarayana Vaddepalli, who got first rank in the GATE. So this year, so appreciations, lot of appreciations to him. And today evening, actually, we have decided to felicitate virtually. So 12 felicitators are there in the evening Engineers Day celebration program. So we are going to present a virtual certificate of appreciation to him also. I want to request Naka Venumadhavan garu to introduce about him. Then we'll jump to Tatikonda Venkatarajaya garu. Professor, please. Venumadhavan sir, వారి గురించి ఏమైనా చెప్పదలుచుకుంటే చెప్పండి, సూర్యనారాయణ వడ్డేపల్లి గురించి.
See, this Vaddepalli Suryanarayana is secured All India first rank in GATE 2019 in production and industrial engineering. He is basically from Nanded, Maharashtra. Through GATE, he got admitted in his dream college, which is famous for supply chain and operations, that is NITI, Mumbai. This is the only MBA college in India which takes admission through GATE. So we should appreciate our Vaddepalli Suryanarayana from our community. It is not so easy to get first rank, All India first rank in GATE. So we appreciate him, and we are going to felicitate him in the evening program, and he will talk about his success in the evening.
Thank you.
To view in the evening also.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. And now I request Professor Tatikonda Venkatarajaya garu. He is a versatile personality. He is English professor. He has written so many books, and he is a Purna Yoga master, and he had given presentations lively in USA, in various parts of India, and even after his retirement also he is doing his service to the community, and contested recently as MLA from Janagam, and he is a yoga expert. He had written books also on yoga. So now I request Venkat Venumadhavan garu to present about Professor Tatikonda Venkatarajaya garu.
See, Professor Tatikonda Venkatarajaya garu, a senior professor retired from Department of English, Usmania University, that is Center for English Language and Training. He is also Purna Yoga Master of India and USA. He is author of several books on English, on yoga, and many aspects. He has done yoga activities on Research Farmers 2, Reach Farmers 2. He has written Yoga for Health and English for Wealth. So he regularly trains students in various colleges on soft skills. He is basically a motivational speaker. He can talk about anything. He is having very good, vast experience in teaching and all fields. Thank you very much, sir. Please.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. And sir, the request is your session will be for 25 minutes, sir. 5 minutes will be for question and answers. So because Parikipana Narahari garu, the valedictory chief guest, is rightly joining 10 minutes before his schedule. 1 o'clock is actually his session will start. So they kindly maintain time, sir. And over to Tatikonda Venkatarajaya garu, Professor garu.
Yeah, good afternoon to you all and yoga pranams to all. And before I speak, let me express my hearty congratulations to the engineer's head, Sri Putta Pandrange Garu, and engineers Venu Madhav, Mohan Narayana, Chandramali, and many more. And those who have been doing a lot of service to the Padmashali community engineers and aspirants for job seeking, job getting, and job holding. So three things I want to stress: job seeking, job getting, job holding. Since my time is very short, 25 minutes, confined to corona prevention yoga and communicative skills. Maybe I need to go fast and just a motivation. And since the entire world is facing the pandemic situation every fraction of second, which is not everyone. For that, we have this webinar. And having these webinar programs, you can also disseminate knowledge throughout the world that we can exploit a technological benefit. Here, precisely how to prevent corona through yoga or pranayama, seasonal food, and situational lifestyle. I repeat once again, seasonal food and situational lifestyle is the most important. What state and central governments, doctors, advisors we need to follow. That's all. There is no question about it. No deviation. And here ultimately, corona prevention yoga is nothing but immunity yoga. So immunize oneself. The health definition differs now. If the opposite person is healthy, and we will be healthy. So health is mutual. Harmony is mutual. Peace is mutual. As Mr. Venumado said, I have been teaching, training, writing books, lots of things. I met to train more than 1.5 lakh people so far in English and yoga. Yoga for health, English for wealth. Okay, let's go to the practical program. We'll have one video as a motivation. Maybe they're young aspirants. Number one, what to do? Sitting posture. Okay, sitting posture. I'll go 3-4 options. Practical things. I hope you can do which I have been doing. Practical things. When you come home, maybe you have mask. Government advised the mask, N95, whatever it is, or at least a 3 cotton layered mask is enough. We are getting confused with lots of things. Forget. After coming home, first option, in a mug of waters, add 2 or 3 drops of Dettol. Now Dettol available now. 2 or 3, literally 2 or 3 drops of Dettol, liquid Dettol, into 1 mug of waters, rinse it, stir it safely, then take that water into the palm, folded palm, and inhale, exhale. This is what we call water sniffing. Again, I repeat, 2 or 3 only drops of liquid Dettol into 1 mug of warm water. Stir it and take that water into folded palms. Inhale, exhale. This is what we call water sniffing. 5 to 7 times. Number one. Second option, if you do not have Dettol, second option, 3 drops of lemon fruit. Literally 3 drops of lemon fruit put into, again, mug of waters. Same sniffing, water sniffing. Like an ink puller. As you press more, get more. 7 times. Or first option, Dettol liquid. Second, lemon drops. Third one, plain hot water. Plain hot water, same thing, take into folded palms. Inhale, exhale. And when you exhale, apply force. Press your tummy abdominal pressing. You press more, it goes out. First step. Second thing is, after water sniffing, stand in your washroom, stand like this and take hand like this, go to the left nostril, right nostril. Right nostril, Surya Nadi, left nostril, Chandra Nadi. Right nostril works for the body, left nostril works for the mind. So let's clean the left nostril. See, check me. I am opening mouth, oral breathing, nasal blasting. I am taking in air through mouth and exhaling through nose, left side, left nostril. 7 times. Again, right side. 7 times, right side. 7 times, left side. Now, 2 nostrils together. Okay. When you are inhaling air through mouth, exhaling through nostrils outside, the particles of the beyond nanoparticles, the minutest particles, corona dust will simply go out. Again, I'll show you. Okay. First, now after sniffing, water sniffing, immediately left nostril, 1. Right nostril again 7 times. That means oral breathing, nasal blasting. Again, 2 nostrils together. I am inhaling through mouth, exhaling through nostrils. So when I am exhaling, press the tummy. Asanas doesn't help practically to prevent the entry of corona particles into the lungs, respiratory tract, starting at the gate of the respiratory tract, nostrils, nose. They must be cleaned from the nose. Okay, which I have been doing. Practically, need not worry about corona. Okay, again I repeat, 2 nostrils. Oral, breathing in, nasal, breathe out. Not alone, nose is cleaned. ENT, ear, nose, throat, and complete skull and upper part of the chest will also be clean. Again, I'll show you. It's all very clean. Okay. Second item, upper part of the body and upper part of the body. I am concentrating again. Nose. Over. Next item. Okay. Nose. The mucous membrane inside the nostrils will be normalized. Even sinus can be reduced. Migraine can be reduced. Headache can be reduced. It has lots of benefits. Because breathing is life. Breath is life. Breath is birthright. Nothing is birthright. Breath is birthright. Swasa janma hakku. With breath we are born. With breath we live. Without breath we live the world. Okay, right. So this is over. So this is closing lips. That's all. Lungs are like sponge. They are like sponge. Expansion, contraction. Expansion, contraction. Okay, right. And what I'm doing? Rechakam, breathing out. Purakam, breathing in. Kumbhakam, holding. This is holding. Kumbhakam, holding the breath. This is breathing out. Rechakam. Okay, like this. Closing the lips. First, what I shown again, oral breathing, nasal blasting. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4, or 7 you can extend. Next item, closing the lips. Okay. Third item, breathe in through nose, breathe out through mouth. Or the other side. This not alone cleanses, wipes out the dust particles of corona in the inner lining of the nostrils, also throat. Corona stays in the throat for hours or days. Doctors say that. That is like a vehicle. Corona like a vehicle. Get into the nostrils, stay in the nose, and go to the depot. What depot? Lungs. So better avoid at the entrance itself. Okay. Yes. One more option. At the throat. How to remove? Okay. What you call Ujjayi Pranayama or Kechari. Okay. See, closing lips. Closing lips. This is called throat breathing. Applying force to the throat. Again, I'll repeat. This is horizontal. Again, vertical also you can try. This you can play with it, you know. Aha, oho. Aha, oho. So when you say aha, oho, when we are pronouncing the sound ha, the tummy goes in. Diaphragmatic breathing, abdominal breathing is the most important, which has a space enough within that will be pressed inside so that the lungs will be contracted, expanded, like a furnace. Like a furnace. Okay, fine. Next option. Like Kapalabhati. Kapalabhati, you know, that means the complete tummy part, including the lower part of the body and middle part of the body. Only three parts. Lower part, middle part, upper part. Lateral left, lateral right. I'll show some more options like this, you know. See, I am addressing the lateral part. Left and right. Pranayama yoga does miracles. Not alone addressing the local problems, also global problems. See, once again, closing lips. This is all what we call Kurchi yoga, Kurchi pranayama, chair yoga, chair pranayama, or support yoga. Need not go to any tough asanas, poses, not necessary. I'm a Sapta Yoga master. I believe in functional yoga rather than structural yoga. The ultimate thing is how best we recharge the cell phone. We know that. So also now the body is like a cell phone instrument. We need to recharge it. Posture doesn't matter, but charging the energy matters. That's a focal point. Okay, over. Next item, but you must do it very cautiously. Jalandhara Bandha, Vayu Pranayama. After doing all these things, or I tell one more thing, Brahmari. Okay, Brahmari in the sense, you know, horizontal and vertical. See, Brahmari will completely warm up your body. See. Like this, wait for a while. Again, I'll show you the most powerful Brahmari, complete body warm up. Okay, breathe in maximum. This posture, a part of Jalandhara Bandha, is the most useful for brain and spine. Many people not getting upward blood circulation and downward blood circulation. The spinal cord, erect spine, correct brain. Otherwise, corrupts brain. Okay, see, this is again vertical. Same Brahmari. Again, I'll show you. Maybe you are recording better. Breathe in maximum. So horizontal you can do, vertical you can do, but applying force of Brahmari at the throat and nose. We also call it nasal Brahmari or Nasika Brahmari. Like a lion, like a tiger. See. Your full concentration on the nose, internal lining of the nose, so that the exhalation, all these unwanted gases, toxins will be eliminated through the nose, like this. Concentration here. So most powerful and highly resistant nose. Nose is a rose. Rose is beautiful, but nose is powerful. Okay, yes. Over Brahmari. Next, coming to Jalandhar Bandha. But you must do it very cautious, otherwise forget it. For the advanced learners, practitioners, I am showing one option. Only for advanced, please. Advanced learners, practitioners, not for the beginners. See, breathe out. I am concentrating brain and spine because the entire world is getting problem, brain and spine. Because what's up, 18 hours or 20 hours. By that, body process has come down abnormal. Again, I'll show you. That means what? The backside spinal cord, 90 degrees, throws out gaseous toxins. Again, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in. And going to the normal traditional orthodox Brahmari, by that, when you are exhaling in Brahmari Pranayama, you must exhale from the bottom of the body, the anal region, the perineum to the cranium. Cranium, what you call Sahasrara Chakra, perineum, Muladhara Chakra, where the serpent power of Kundalini is said to be coiled at a certain position. Okay, we are not going to so detail of chakra, Sapta Chakra. So my specialist is Sapta Chakra. Fine. And now, so these items I have shown pranayama techniques, how to prevent. Then you can relax, or else last item, you can also take warm water and go for goggling, warm water. One, spit. Second time, again. That means the unwanted airy particles, unwanted toxic gaseous state will be eliminated not alone from the respiratory tract, also alimentary canal. Goes out totally. Okay. So, Panchendriyas, Panchabhutas, Yoga. So, mind plus body is equal to man. So, do this comfortably. And vascular face comfortably. If time permits, go for meditation. Or at least sit in meditation silence for 5 minutes. Enough. Corona will not come. Let us try to lock down Corona. Instead of locking ourselves down. That requires everybody's cooperation. Individually, I am healthy, the other person is healthy. So individual immunity, family immunity, and community immunity, and total humanity immunity. As the immunity, so the community. As the community, so the humanity. So these things we can easily prevent, nothing to worry. Okay, we can have one video play at the end. But Pandu Saab, can I go to English now? English. Okay.
1 minute.
Can I go to English now?
Yes, sir. Yes, please. Yes, please.
Yeah, because time is short.
Before start of your communicative skill, I want to invite Sri Parikapanda Narhari Garu, IAS Commissioner and Secretary Government of Madhya Pradesh, just joined, sir. Welcome you to the session, sir, as the Chief Guest Valedictory. So after completion of our communicative skills program by Professor Tatikonda Venkatarajaya Garu and Narhari Gari session as keynote address will start, sir. Go ahead, Professor Tatikonda, sir.
Right, sir? Because the yoga subject is very infinite. What Sri Aurobindo says, all life is yoga. All life is secret yoga. Jeetamanta yoga me. People misunderstand it. Yoga is confined to asana. Not at all. It's only posture. Okay, up top, Ashtanga yoga. Asana, one of the limbs. Okay. My method is Saptanga yoga. 7 days, 7 ways. Okay, I have my YouTube channels. Let's on. I'll play video small at the end. Right. Coming to the communicative skills. Precisely, communicative skills requires practice. It's like riding a bike or swimming in waters. But due to this explosion of the media in the world, everybody is to understand English language now. But since English is global language, inevitably we need to learn it. We need to master it. But I tell you, precisely, communicative skills, if you cannot speak well, it becomes communication kills. Either communication skills, if you are demoted, your communication kills. Do not take language just granted. No. Language big luggage. Language big luggage. Engage, manage at any age. I repeat. Language big luggage. Engage, manage at any age. Otherwise, you damage your life. Language learning, anytime learning, every time learning, all time learning, lifelong learning. You cannot get immediately. But for all these things, what you require? Meditate, motivation. Motivation for communication. Meditate, imitate, communicate. Even today's webinar, there are better speakers. You need to imitate them. There is no other way. Some are phonetically better. Some are semantically better. Some are grammatically better. Some are contextually better. Differs. Text, context, pretext. Differs. If I go on lecturing for hours together, days together, you may not get communication immediately unless you involve. As you involve, so you evolve. But for all these things, if you are comfortable, you can definitely communicate better. It's all state of mind. We need to internalize the translation. Since English is not our mother tongue definitely echoes behind our foreign expression language, naturally. And you need to speed up the internalization of translation requires involvement, practice, regular. That's why I said, meditate, imitate, communicate. Alochinchu, anukarinchu, abhivyakti. The most important. Some of the people have English accent, better English accent, what we call accentual patterns, phoneticality, which is globally acceptable. Local we can speak, but when you go outside, even to MNC, will not be accepted. What we call the received pronunciation. Many people mispronounce after the cell phone language, cell phone explosion of media, the original language of all the world, losing the original structure, texture, function, and whatnot. Even me, teaching English for 30 years, I am also getting myself doubt due to this English language misused, unused by the cell phone users, some people. So friends, young participants, language, a beautiful vehicle, a powerful instrument. It's an asset. Language is an asset, but you need to have a beautiful concept. You can, you should, you will. It requires everyday sadhana, regular practice, and internalize. For that you require read, or imitate people, or read the books, observations, everything, not alone reading. So listening, and if you are an intense listener, many of the youngsters and young people listen to the cricket match perfectly well. They understand the meaning of cricket match, runs, and all these things, but they never concentrate on the language. But if your focus is language learning, even the other person, you don't like him, but imitate his language, exploit his language, explore, exploit, experience, express. If you cannot express, it's depression. That's why language, regular practice. So, and for this, for some of you may have stammer, nothing, what you call Telugu, stammer. Stammer is neuro-linguistic problem, NLP, neuro-linguistic problem. I have treated many of my students and elder people, including Tata Consultancy and guest faculty. I have treated the NLP problem. Pranayama does miracles, I am telling you. I'm a yoga therapist. I treat certain diseases. Out of experience, I'm saying all this. Being authored 50 books plus, more than 5,000 programs. As I said, again repeat, job seeking, job getting, job holding. 3 levels, of course, social life. So language learning requires regular practice, sound, sense, spell, shape, and integral. That's why, there are excellent speakers. They may not write better, but you need to be the best listener. First condition is best listener. Everybody complains. Oh, bacha nahi sunta, pillalu vinarandi. But if you're an intense listener, you become extensive learner. If you're an intense learner, you become extensive speaker. If you are the intensive speaker, you become extensive practitioner. That's why I make yoga, English both joining together is yoga. Yoga chittavritti nirodha. Yoga is the combination of word and word. When I speak, you listen, there's a yoga, union, bond. It must be not just pi bond, superficial, sigma bond. So language requires interest, motivation, and aggression, and expression, and progression. So for that, you need to have role play. Different, and you are exposed to media, enact certain times, talk to people, talk to parents, talk to friends. The best, another method is, who learns language fast? Number 1, who can laugh freely? One quality. The vocality. I the vocality, so the locality. Very simple. Noru bagunte uru bagund antar. I the vocality, so the locality. Gatram, swaram, sarvam, sargam. So these things, those who can laugh and laugh freely, these vocal cars, okay, buzzing sound, hissing sound, all those different phoneticality, and you can articulate better. Possible because flexibility, energy. And another thing is, they got strong convictions, emotions strong. You can also fighting spirit ideologically. You can speak better, you can learn better. So those who are flexible vocal organs, laughing, humor. If you do not have humor, you develop tumor. Humor removes tumor. So these things, because time is very, shall I conclude, sir?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Because already chief guest was waiting.
Okay. So with these few words, shall I play the video small?
How many minutes is it, sir?
3 minutes maybe.
Yeah, please. If with the due permission of the chief guest, sir, shall we play the video?
Yeah.
Sir,
Okay.
sir, given permission, sir. Please play the video.
Start video, I'll play it. Okay. With this English language goes on over time learning. Okay. English is a stressful language and having global intelligibility. Okay. I play that.
Video share చేయండి, sir.
Sir, can you please play it, sir? Hands up.
Sir,
హలో
సార్ చెప్పండి సార్.
మీ వాట్సాప్ పంపించిన ఒక్కసారి ప్లే చేయండి, నా అయిపోతుంది.
అంటే షేర్ చేయాల్సి వస్తుంది.
షేర్ చేసిన, మీకు షేర్ చేసిన.
ఒక్క నిమిషం సార్.
ఎందుకంటే నాకు తీయొస్తలేదు ఇది.
I think ఇది యూట్యూబ్ ద్వారా ఉంది సార్. దీన్ని డౌన్లోడ్
యూట్యూబ్ నుంచి మీ వాట్సాప్ పంపిన ఇప్పుడే.
అది షేర్ చేయడము.
Sir, we'll play this video after this guest speech, sir, because it takes.
Yes. That would be better, sir. Finally, last
okay.
before.
Okay, no problem. No issues.
Our chief guest completes his keynote address. We'll complete that, sir. So, thank you so much, sir, for your extensive yoga presentation and English about this communicative skills. You have given very beautiful and expertise presentation, sir. So now I invite our chief guest valedictory session, sir. So Jai Markandeya, Jai Padmashali, sir. Just 2 minutes I'll speak about our Narhari Garu, and then we'll take his keynote address. So good afternoon to all the participants and very happy Engineers Day. The distinguished guests, the morning Professor Srandas Ramchandram Garu, the Vice Chancellor, former Vice Chancellor of Usman University, have inaugurated the session. Presently, he is working as the Vice Chancellor for Anurag University. And now the presently available our Chief Guest, Valedictory, Sri Parkipalla Narhari Garu, the Commissioner and the Secretary, and Commissioner and Secretary, Government of Madhya Pradesh. Am I audible, sir?
Yes, very much.
Yes, sir.
I think I am audible. Yes, sir. So today were the speakers, sir. 5 speakers were there, sir. One is Professor Chintakindi Sanjay Garu. He gave his presentation all the way from Riyadh. He is working as a professor, Government University Riyadh. And the next architect Chetana Rajkumar, the Chief Architect Director, Promataru Consultants, and the Secretary for Confederation of Women Entrepreneurs, had given presentation on entrepreneurship. And Engineer Puppal Narendra Kumar Garu, all the way from Kathmandu, Nepal, he had given his presentation, sir. And he was the long-term regional technical advisor for GIZ Germany. He had given one lecture on power sector, sir. And next, Engineer Dasari Murali Garu, he is the General Manager working in Power Systems Engineering Department of Cummins India Limited from Pune. He had given his presentation on job search, sir. And next, just now, our Tatikonda Venkatrajay Garu, Dr. Tatikonda Venkatrajay Garu, a senior professor, retired Department of English from Usman University, and a Purna Yoga Master. And he had given 2 topics, sir. One is Corona Prevention Yoga, and next is Purna, communicative skills, sir. And all the accomplished engineers and my engineer members and their family, my Padmashali elders and brothers and sisters, all the enrolled students and the viewers who are watching live through our YouTube channels. I welcome you all for this wonderful session, virtual seminar session. I feel immense pleasure to address now on this occasion in front of the distinguished guests and expert speakers. First of all, as you all know, now we have gathered here to participate the virtual seminar on the eve of Engineers Day. Generally, we celebrate on the birth anniversary day of the great engineer, Sir Mokshagundam Garu, as we celebrate the Engineers Day every year on the eve of birthday. So it is our duty to remind his exemplary services rendered to the mankind, which are eternal. I briefly sum up very briefly his history. He born on 15th September 1860 in Mysore State, now it is Karnataka. And he earned his Bachelor of Arts from Central College, Bangalore, then affiliate of the University of Chennai in 1881. Later studied civil engineering at the prestigious College of Engineering, Pune. He holds a lot of great works. His career is very extensive, and he was awarded with the Diwan of Mysore, and he had got awards and honors of, especially to mention, as he was appointed a companion of the Order of the Indian Empire, CIE, from London in 1911. After India attained independence, he was awarded with the nation's highest honor, the Bharatha in 1955. And he was fitted with the honorary membership of the International Institute of Civil Engineers based in London, and a fellowship of the Institute of Science based in Bangalore. So to start about our chief guest today, valedictory, I'll read about his accomplishments, and then about ABPEVS, I'll say a few words to know to our chief guest. So On behalf of our ABPEVS, I welcome Sri Parikmala Narahari Garu, IAS, the Commissioner and Secretary, Government of Madhya Pradesh, who was kind enough to accept our request to be the chief guest for the valedictory of today's virtual seminar. This is a big success which motivates and inspires the new generation. His service inclination towards the society made him an icon for the community and requested him to address the keynote, which will be inspiring and motivating our students. Maybe 5 to 10% students, viewers through our channels, gets the benefits of his words. He is a success to our program. He is the officer, commissioner, secretary in government of Madhya Pradesh with innovative, great ideas, made the indoor city as the best clean city nationwide. That too continuously for years. This year also, the indoor city became the Clean City Award. His innovative ideas and the brainchild of great schemes like Ladli Lakshmi Yojana, Beti Padhao, Beti Bachao Yojana by government of Madhya Pradesh was acclaimed as the best schemes and is appreciated by our Honorable Prime Minister. And now government of India is implementing the scheme with which many girls are benefited with the Ladli Lakshmi Yojana scheme. Better India recognized him as the 10 most inspiring IAS officers in 2017. His social service, especially blood donation camps for thalassemia suffering children under Alaya Foundation, is very exemplary. He's such a big story, success story. It cannot tell in a few words. It can went on hours. So his Wikipedia page is a success book of his accomplishments. Sir, we thank you once again for being a part of one of our Engineers Day as chief guest. We sincerely thank you for your wishes and conveying your valuable messages to our diary every year. Foresee a great association with you, sir. Before starting of your keynote address, I want to just a brief up of our ABPEVS activities, sir. So some of our ABPEVS activities we are doing help works, sir, to name one exemplary help is Miss Alwala Mamata, a nursing student who was stopping her education with the financial lack. So our ABPEVS have adopted her education for 3 years. We continuously financed, supported her fee and accommodation, so she could complete her nursing. Later, she worked with as a nursing student in a Sircilla, some nursing home, and she got married. And her mother especially conveyed gratitude that we, the ABPS, have strived to establish immense satisfaction to our ABPS, sir. Also, it gives pleasure to that our engineers Vibhag has provided some jobs to the needy, helped the Anada Vidyarthi Gruha donating about 75,800 rupees support to their expansion, and which is run by one of our Padmashali, Margam Rajesh. Around 120 students are now sheltered there and getting education. And then the ABPEVS have helped about 450 families distributing food grains during this pandemic situation. For this support, our ABPEVS have got financial assistance also from NAPA, North American Padmashali Association, all the way from USA. They have with us served under Essential Help Project. So the ABPEVS thanks to them on this behalf for their involvement, sir. And recently in this pandemic situation, some of our poor viewer brethren have committed suicides due to financial crisis, sir. So ABPEVS given helping hand to their families at Janagaon, Kotakonda, certain places. Not to mention all those things, but we wanted to put forth before you that we are doing something to our community. So we have around 2,000 plus engineer members in the association, and we have posted our diary also, this year's diary, in which your message was extraordinarily. You have given wished our association, sir, and to do all these things, our governing body members, Mohan Narayana Garu, General Secretary, and Chilkuri Chandramouli Garu, Treasurer, Naka Venumadhan Garu, Organizing Secretary, and all our Vice President, Chintakindi Vijay Prasad Garu, and Satyanarayana, Developal Satyanarayana Garu, Shankar Shivaratri Garu, and many all our engineer members, they are giving their valuable support to us to the association activities, sir. I want to mention their names because of them we could do whatever we are doing so far, like Vayu Swami Garu and Kachala Rajkumar Garu, and Sangham Jagadishwar Garu, Konda Yadgiri Garu, Sanku Sudhakar Garu, Vanam Ravindra Garu, Gurram Setupati Garu, and all other state presidents are also there, sir, like Alshetti Nagendra Yadav Garu, Jagdish Jiddi Garu, and our advisors like senior most retired people are there, sir. Chilagani Markandeya Garu, Chintakiti Vittal Garu, Uppala Pullaya Garu, Atul Vivek Kota Garu, and our governing body again also consists of Venkat Dev Reddy Garu and Chandra Padmakar Garu, and Dhananjay Madhukar Kode Garu, and Konkati Parshuram, Ele Shankar, Managapati Mahesh, Rajula Sridhar, Sudhir, and all, because of all them, we could do something what we are doing so far, sir. So now I've taken a lot of, I think I want to restrict the words, sir. These are about our ABPEVS. I request our Honorable Chief Guest for the Valedictory to give his keynote address, sir. Thank you so much.
Andarki namaste. A very good afternoon to all of you. And first of all, I would like to thank Akhila Bharatha Padmashali Engineers Vibhag Sangham, President Pandu Rangaya Garu, and his team for inviting me to say a few words on this occasion of Engineers Day that is celebrated every year by ABPEVS. So I'm thankful to each one of you, and I'm also thankful to all the distinguished speakers today who have given their valuable address for the benefit of everybody in our community. Thank you for giving an elaborate introduction about me. And I'm also happy that Akhila Bharatha Padmashali Engineers Vibhag Sangham is doing an extraordinary work, and you are doing multiple set of activities for the larger benefit of the society and the community. I will try to mention few things. First of all, during this Corona period, I know these are tough times that we are all going through, but I'm very sure that each one of us is actually keeping our spirits high, and we are all trying our best to ensure that not only we fight Corona individually, but together. These are times that we all need to understand that once in a lifetime, these kind of things happen, and we all need to stay safe, stay healthy, and stay calm, and also ensure that we not only keep our own spirits high, but also our family members, our community, and our society. So my request to everybody is that we should all stay together at this important period of time. And I was listening to the last speaker who was mentioning a lot of things on yoga, meditation, and all these set of activities, which are very, very useful, I would say. And we all understand, and especially the youngsters who are part of this webinar, who are listening to me and who are listening to all the speakers. My request is that we should take great pride in our culture, our heritage, our yoga, our meditation, and all those spiritual set of activities. Adhyatmikanga mana samajamu, mana society, mana హిందూ సమాజం ఏదైతే ఉందో దేంట్లో అయితే ఆధ్యాత్మికంగా ఎన్నో విషయాల పట్ల మనకి అవగాహన ఇచ్చేటటువంటి కార్యక్రమాలు ఉన్నాయో, ముఖ్యంగా దీంట్లో యోగా, మెడిటేషన్ చిన్నప్పటి నుంచే మనం అలవాటు చేసుకుంటే ఎంతో ఉపయోగపడుతుంది. నేను ఒక ఐఏఎస్ అధికారిగా నా జీవితంలో కూడా ఇవన్నీ చేస్తూనే నేను ఈ విషయాలు మీకు చెప్తున్నాను కాబట్టి ఇవన్నిటిని చాలా శ్రద్ధగా విని we should all try to inculcate and make this part of our life. And see what our great culture, what our great heritage has taught us 2000 years, 5000 years, whatever has actually evolved. We cannot actually make light of all those things. If you talk about yoga, meditation, you take Western culture today. If you talk to Westerners today, and all those Indians who are now settling in US, you talk to them. Everybody is coming back to Ayurveda, Everybody is thinking of yoga, meditation, how to keep the spirits high, how to increase the immunity levels. What are the best ways to actually increase the immunity levels? So once again, everybody is going back to yoga, Ayurveda, and all these kind of things. So my request to everybody as a part of this particular speech is also that we should take great pride in our own heritage and our own spiritual set of activities. So only when we spiritually think of what is there in our own set of daily life, we will emerge as a better person, as a better individual, as a better spiritual person, and we will go on to contribute to our society and our community. So at this point of time, my specific mention to all the students, engineers who are studying, who are actually preparing for various examinations. I'm Commissioner Technical Education, Madhya Pradesh now, and I'm listening to a number of students, and I also am part of many webinars, and I listen to youngsters, students on my, I get a lot of messages on my Facebook page and Twitter and social media handles. What I can clearly see is there's a lot of anxiety, there's a lot of uncertainty the students are talking about, whether some competitive exams are going to be held, whether students will be able to complete their studies, what will happen to their future. So my request to each one of the students who is listening to this particular speech and this webinar, part of this webinar, and also the parents who are part of this program, I would like to request is we need to really stay calm. This is the time when we have to have immense patience. We need to understand that this is not the time to panic. This is not the time to really get anxious. This is the time to stay calm. This is the time to actually prepare much better than what we would have done if Corona was not there. So Corona is going to go away. It's not going to stay here forever. But what is going to stay is with us is how tough we were when actually this Corona was going on. How tough we actually made ourselves with our patience, with our calmness, and with increasing our capabilities to excel. Are we really trying to actually increase our capabilities to excel? This is what one should always think of. Are we really ensuring that we are increasing, we are building our own academic capabilities? Are we actually contributing to our personality development? This is the best time, I would say, when you are not able to move around, when you are not able to go around, when you are not going to mingle, you are able to not mingle around. This is the best time to understand that we can actually increase our personality. We can ensure what are our weaknesses, what are our strengths, do a SWOT analysis of oneself, and what are the weaknesses specifically, how to improve upon those weaknesses. See, ultimately, I mean, I've been talking to my friends, seniors. The theory of survival of the fittest is actually emerging out of this entire situation. So the Darwinian theory of survival of the fittest is what actually we are seeing it in our daily life today during this Corona time. The one who is really mentally strong, who is actually able to keep the immunity levels high, and the one who is actually increasing their capabilities and growing much stronger is the one who is going to survive. So Corona, during this Corona times, my request to students is to stay calm, to have patience, to ensure what are your weaknesses and build on them, try to work on them, try to improve upon them, and competitive exams are going to happen. Whether it is going to be engineering services, whether it is going to be UPSC civil services, whether it is going to be your regular university exams, or students who have just completed their intermediate +2, most of the JEE, NEET, all these exams are happening, and they're going to happen. So what is the thinking in the governments, whether it is state governments or central government, that the very important period of time of students should not go away just like that. Students should not be deprived of their competitive exams, should not be deprived of their university exams should not be deprived of their further careers. So don't unnecessarily get into panic mode. Don't unnecessarily think of unnecessary anxious moments. Just think of how to stay positive, how to ensure that you continue with your studies, your competitiveness, improve upon yourself, and improve your personality. This is what I would say as far as the careers are concerned. Second thing that I would like to mention here is that there are a lot of good things happening around. See the positivity of what is happening around. The corona has actually taught us, most of us, and all the student community to actually hook on to online services, online classes, online webinars, online meetings, and connecting people. I think this corona has actually taught us to get more connected than what we were before, even though it is virtually. So virtual connectivity has increased. Today, just now, Pandurangayaji was mentioning that somebody actually, a speaker, gave his lecture from Riyadh, from Saudi Arabia. I'm giving my class, I'm lecture from Madhya Pradesh. Yesterday, I was in a webinar with student community and parents. Somebody was speaking from Canada, USA, expressing their opinions, their suggestions. So corona has taught us to actually get more connected, even though it is virtually. So the connectivity is getting increased. So what I would say is that how to make these things better, how to ensure that we all come together for making a better society and better our own community. So my request to Akhil Bharatiya Padmashali Engineers Vibhag Sangham also, and all the members of our community, we need to come together, even though you are doing a lot of things for the upcoming engineers and student community. But still, I would say there are many students within our community who need a lot of support. There are many students in our community who don't have minimum facilities like tablets or smartphones. So we need to identify who are these students, who are these families who actually need support. How can we come together? How can we actually create a nexus for good and ensure that we give tablets, we give smartphones or desktops or laptops. We might be having a lot of our own. We must be having 2 extra phones. We might be having 2 extra laptops with us. Why don't we actually come together and support our own student community who are actually deprived or underprivileged or coming from humble backgrounds or lower middle class families? So we need to come together to actually guide in much better way. My request to each one of you is how to ensure that those who are taking engineering services, those who are actually preparing for competitive exams, can we create a much vibrant way of actually communicating with all those students and motivate them, do mentoring. Mentoring is one of the most important things I feel that we all need to do. So through this conference, my request to all the members of the community is, let's identify, let's create some projects, let's come up with something concrete that we can really try and benefit the upcoming engineers, the upcoming student community who are going to be the future of our society and community. And I'm very happy to inform, hope Hari Ippanapalli garu will not object to what I'm mentioning here, that recently when NAPA organized the NAPA virtual get-together in USA, they have announced, and I'm very happy to be part of that particular project, that NAPA is coming up with a civil services project, wherein NAPA will be supporting a set of students who will be preparing for civil services exam also. So my request to Pandurangaya garu is to actually talk to NAPA and try to how we can associate. We can also support more and more students who are actually preparing for competitive exams, especially engineering services or similar kind of exams. And today, if we are able to support the needy students, tomorrow they are going to be part of that very important decision-making processes. They will be occupying very important positions in the administration, in the higher echelons, central government, state governments, public sector units, or even private sector or corporate sector. So my request is that how we can actually increase the envelope. How to, today we are having within our own community, lot of people are doing very well. Lot of them who have actually gone abroad, whether they are in USA, UK, or Australia, Europe, they are doing really well. Today, money is not an issue in our community. What is more important is the networking. The very networking that I keep talking about, the net that has been built by the spider, the spider web, which is a very good example of networking. The Salepurgu, which creates that web, is the best example for our own community as to how we should come together, how we should network, and we should ensure that the upcoming generations, the upcoming students, the upcoming candidates who are preparing for all kinds of competitive exams are actually guided and mentored. So we need to do a lot of mentoring, and I am very sure that Akhila Padmashali Engineers Vibhag Sangham, and there are other associated organizations of our own community like POPA, like NAPA, and all of these set of people should come together, and we need to encourage. And I'm also specifically mentioning about the girls in our own community. The girls within our own community also need to be encouraged a lot. There is a lot of talent that I'm seeing in our community. A lot of students are extremely brilliant, talented, intelligent, but they need a lot of support. So through this particular webinar, I would like to request that somehow we need to create an atmosphere, an environment, an ecosystem wherein we support our community students across the country. Now, today, through the social media, I am able to actually communicate and connect with our community people, whether in Gujarat, Surat, in Maharashtra, in Karnataka, in Tamil Nadu, in Kerala, or our own Telugu states, or even in those students who are living abroad. So this is the best opportunity, and we need to resolve how we can ensure that we can make our own community strive and come up and not only contribute to our own community, but to the entire society and to the world. So I'm very happy on this occasion that you have called me to actually address our community people. I'm very hopeful, and I'm assuring that whenever and wherever required, how I can actually contribute to our community and society, I will be very much available. And with this increased community communication that Zoom and such platforms have enabled, I'm very sure that we can easily connect any day, any time, and we can come up with much better projects where we can ensure that our community guys climb up the ladder of the society. Thank you once again for giving me this opportunity. Thank you so much.
Sir, thank you so much, sir. Thank you very much, sir, for your valuable message and inspirational, motivational words. So many of our students who are watching online through YouTube channel will definitely might have motivated. Definitely, it will be inspiring to our all engineering members also, sir, the worldwide. You are rightly raised about the Corona situation, sir. So individually we have to stay together. So naturally we can fight the Corona. ఆధ్యాత్మికత, యోగా, మెడిటేషన్ గురించి కూడా చాలా చక్కగా చెప్పారు సార్. అంటే మనం రియల్లీ వరల్డ్ ఈజ్ గోయింగ్ బ్యాక్ టు ద ఇండియన్స్ యోగా, ఆయుర్వేద అండ్ ఇవన్నీ మళ్ళీ ఇన్స్పిరేషన్ గా వెళ్తున్నారు. అండ్ స్పిరిచువల్ గా వీ హ్యావ్ టు బికమ్ ఏ స్పిరిచువల్ పర్సన్ అని కూడా మీరు రైట్ఫుల్ గా చెప్పారు సార్. అండ్ యాజ్ ఎ టెక్నికల్ కమిషనర్ ఆల్సో యు ఆర్ స్టూడెంట్స్ తో ఇంటరాక్టివ్ గా వాళ్ళతో ఏ రకంగా మోటివేట్ చేసుకున్న విషయం కూడా చెప్పారు. చాలా థ్యాంక్ యూ సో మచ్ సార్. అండ్ అంటే స్టూడెంట్స్ హౌ దే షుడ్ బి calm and stay calm, and the situation they have to utilize during the Corona period instead of becoming panic. So immunity improvement undali anante you should be mentally strong enough, fit to be anxiousness lekunda undarane vishayani chala rightful ga chepparu sir. Thank you so much. And ఇప్పుడు నిజంగా కూడా ఈ కరోనా సిచ్యువేషన్ ఇప్పుడు మనం లాస్ట్ ఇయర్ వరకు ఎవ్రీ ఇయర్ we used to do our engineers day celebration physically in Padmashali Bhavan, but this corona had made us to become online, so reaching more people also. It's like an opportunity. like conducting seminars, webinars and all. As you suggested, sir, definitely we'll do more activities doing this type of helpful programs to our students and our community, and especially engineers. And you being the engineer, become IAS officer, you are a icon to our Engineers Association, sir. And yeah, as you suggested, ABPEVS definitely will come together to support and identify the students who are deprived with the facilities, having tablets, smartphones, and so all our engineer members, we circulate with our group members to identify the needy, and we'll see that any extra equipment like smartphone, tablets are there. We try to support them. It will be like helping, one type of helping project we can take up, sir. That will be a concrete support to the our community. And as you said, sir, the Hari Panapalli garu already spoke to me, sir, regarding this NAPA to support the civils and the competitive exams. You are the person behind that, sir. You have given the great idea to him. He was telling, and but definitely, sir, it is a need of the hour. You are, as you rightly said, our engineers, not only engineers, Padmashali being the intelligent point of view, we are more intelligent because మీరు చెప్పినట్టుగా మనం ఈ యొక్క నెట్వర్కింగ్ అనే స్పైడర్ ద్వారా ఎట్లయితే ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ఇచ్చారో, మనము మన పద్మశాలి కమ్యూనిటీ ఎక్సెల్ కావడంలో నిజంగా కూడా మనం ముందుంటున్నాం సార్. మనం ముందుంటున్నాం, పొలిటికల్ గా మనం అనుకుంటున్నాం, బట్ ఆ యొక్క కనెక్టివిటీని ప్రాపర్ గా మెయింటైన్ చేస్తే పొలిటికల్ గా కూడా ఎదగడానికి కూడా అవసరం అనేది మనకు అర్థమవుతుంది సార్. ఎందుకంటే మనకు దట్ ఈస్ ద నీడ్ ఆఫ్, మన అందరం ఎడ్యుకేషన్ లో వీఆర్ ఎక్సెల్, వీఆర్ బికమింగ్ ఇన్ గుడ్ పొజిషన్స్ ఇన్ becoming IAS officers, IPS officers, and becoming chief engineers, engineering chiefs, and Kaleshwaram project engineering chief mana Padmashali Nalla Venkateshwarlu gare unnaru sir. So atla we are there, but at the same time mana వాళ్ళకి సపోర్టింగ్ గా ఉండడం కొరకు మనం ఖచ్చితంగా మనం చేయాల్సిన ప్రోగ్రామ్ అవసరం ఉంది సార్. మన ఈ టు మెన్షన్ హియర్ వన్ వడ్డేపల్లి సూర్యనారాయణ అని చెప్పేసి లాస్ట్ గేట్ 19 లో ఈ గాట్ టాప్ ర్యాంక్ సార్. ఈ కేమ్ ద టాపర్ ఇన్ ద దిస్ థింగ్. వీఆర్ గోయింగ్ టు, అండ్ లైక్ డిప్యూటీ డైరెక్టర్ గారు ఇక్కడ మన దాంట్లో ప్యానల్లో ఇప్పుడు ఉన్నారు సారు బాగుండ నారాయణ గారు. ఈజ్ ద హెరిటేజ్ దాంట్లో గవర్నమెంట్ ఆఫ్ తెలంగాణ, ఈజ్ ద డిప్యూటీ డైరెక్టర్. అండ్ సో వీ హావ్ ఐడెంటిఫైడ్ అరౌండ్ 12 eminent personalities throughout world, sir. So evening we are going to felicitate them by virtual plaque. We are going to present them virtually, so in the recognition of their services to their profession as well as to the society. So in the evening session, we request you, sir, please kindly spare some time in the evening. Also, you are as the guest of honor. We have taken you, sir. You have accepted for that. We are thankful to you so much, and this is very great honor on this occasion. You have given your keynote address, sir, and all on behalf of all our ABPEVS governing body members and the ABPEVS members and all our members, we convey our sincere thanks to you, sir, for your valedictory speech, keynote speech. Now I request our Masna Mohan Narayana garu, the General Secretary, to give the final message, sir.
My request once is to actually circulate the social media handles that I have mentioned here. You can circulate to these things to all the student community and the engineers community. And a very important thing that I mentioned, mentoring individually also I am ready to do. Most importantly, we need to have a small team of people who are actually like-minded, who are ready to actually తమ సమయాన్ని, తమ ఎనర్జీని స్పెండ్ చేసే వాళ్ళు ఎవరైతే ఉంటారో, if we can make a small team, I can actually come spare time and we can sit down to actually create how to actually do this whole thing. Thank you.
It's very right. Thank you, sir. ఎందుకంటే ఇది చాలా గ్రేట్ థింగ్ సార్. బికాస్ మీరు స్టేట్ హెడ్ గా ఒక ఐఏఎస్ ఆఫీసర్ గా మీరు ఎంత బిజీగా ఉంటారన్న విషయాన్ని మనం అర్థం చేసుకోవాలి. ఎంత ఉన్నా కానీ మీరు యూఆర్ ప్రపోజింగ్ టు బి ఏ పార్ట్ ఇన్ ద, మనం ఒక టీమ్ గా తయారు చేసి మన సొసైటీ కమ్యూనిటీకి మనం చేయాలనే ఆలోచన రియల్లీ ఇట్స్ వెరీ 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 అప్రిషియబుల్ థింగ్ అండ్ వి కన్వే అవర్ సిన్సియర్ థ్యాంక్స్ సార్. ఇట్స్ వెరీ గ్రేట్ ప్రివిలేజ్ టు be on this occasion, sir. So now I request Masna Mohan Narayana Garu, the General Secretary of ABPEVS, to say a vote of thanks, sir.
Sir, is there any time limit for that, sir?
మీరు vote of thanks లో మీరు ఏం చెప్పదలుచుకోవాలో చెప్పండి. vote of thanks ఫర్దర్ టైం అయిపోయింది ఇప్పటికే.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. My name is Masna Mohan Narayana, retired as a principal government ITA, Mallepalli, Hyderabad, since 3 years back. And I would like to thank everybody. I am a General Secretary of Akhila Bharatha Padmashali Vibhag Sangham, and have been working since 7 years with the cooperation and the help of Sri Putta Pandrange Garu, President Akhila Bharatha Padmashali Vibhag Sangham. Today, we are virtually we have been connected with what we call the Engineers Day program, that is Engineer Day seminar, and I would like to say that this Engineer Day 2020 is a very important for what we call to each and everybody, for each and every human body. The Engineer Day, as we are conducting, and we are giving important message to all the people through so many eminent personalities. So it is highly useful to students and our members and all those who are viewing through YouTube. The engineer, actually our president Sri Putta Pandrange Garu, who is presiding over this eminent program, I would like to say thanks for that. And he has worked hard since 10 days. This Putta Pandrange Garu, Chilkur Chandramouli Garu, treasurer of our ABPEVS, Akhila Bharatha Padmashali Vibhag Sangham, Nakka Venumadhav Garu, our organizing secretary, Chintakini Vijay Prasad Garu, Rajkumar Garu, what we call the Sivarati Shankar Garu, and all those. There are so many who work very hard to bring up this webinar seminar. So I would like to convey my thanks to them, and especially today we have conducted these lectures to the students who are present, who are viewing this through YouTube. That's why I would like to convey my thanks on behalf of Akhila Bharatha Padmashali Vibhag Sangham, Professor Sirandasu Ramachandram Garu, former Vice Chancellor and present Vice Chancellor Anurag University, who have given a very valuable sessions through inauguration. Then Mr. Professor Chintakindi Sanjay Garu, who is a professor of Government University, Riyadh, that means from abroad. He gave career guidance for the development of, for growing up of the students. So how to get their life through in future. Then I'm also thankful to him, and Ramchandran Garu, I'm also thankful on behalf of ABPEVS and Chintakindi Sanjay Garu also. I'm thankful to him on behalf of ABPEVS. Then entrepreneurship skills, Srimati Chetana Rajkumar Garu, Chief Architect, Director, Drumataras and consultants, and Confederation of Women's Secretary. She also given entrepreneurship skills and how to get onto their lives. We are also thankful to her for giving for sparing her valuable time for this. Then in power sector, Sri Kuppala Narendra Garu, who is now at present at Nepal, Kathmandu, the capital of Nepal, and he is a very intelligent in the power sector, and he has also spared his valuable time through Zoom app, and he has given a very good lecture and how to get on problems or how to use to get on to the public usage. That means in opportunities in power sector. Then Dasari Murali Garu, he has also given very valuable suggestion. He is a GM General Manager, Power Sector, Power System Engineering, and Cummins India Limited, Pune. He has also given very valuable suggestion to the students and also to the participant how to search for jobs. Who are actually, this is highly useful to the students who are actually participating or who are viewing. Then we are also highly thankful to him, Dasa Murali Garu and Pupal Narendra Garu. Then the Tatakunda Rajaya Garu, who is a very dynamic and now I think he is about more than 67 years, but he seems to be 45 or 46 years, not more than that, because he is very glowing and very brightened face. He is very, that means he is maintaining his health very enlightened, and we are also always used to tell that all the human beings also to take examples of his yoga and all these things. So he has given a very valuable lecture for corona prevention, yoga and communication skills. He is a senior professor from retired from Usman University and Purna Yoga Master, and he has given so many lectures and so many trainings in abroad, and he also written so many books. He written so many books as our President Putta Pandra told. So we are highly thankful to Sri Tatakunda Rajaya Garu, and also very important is our chief guest who has given a keynote to the students and also to our ABPEVS office bearers and all those things. So how to get on our lives in different positions. So even through yoga also, even through corona also, how to get on. He has told that the corona has given some problems, created some problems, but besides that, he has also given certain opportunities to learn how to get on our lives through webinar system. So he has given very good lecture, and he has so we are also highly thankful to him on behalf of ABPEVS, and I think this is a very good opportunity for ABPEVS members, and I also thankful to all our office bearers from president to EC members, because if I read, there are so many 33 our office bearers are there, and it is not it is not the time. So I am thankful to all our office bearers of Akhila, Padmashali, Vibhag, Sangham, and all chief guests, and also particularly students who have been present since morning from 10 o'clock to this time. We are also giving blessings on behalf of ABPEVS to work hard to get on their career in a high position. As our president told that one of our friend who has got gold, who stood first in the higher studies. So like that, I also suggest the students to get on to their knowledge, to gain knowledge and get good results and go on growing their career. Thank you very much for giving this opportunity. Thank you each and everybody. Thank you very much. Thanks.
So thank you so much, sir. Mr. Mohan Narayana Garu, our General Secretary, given a vote of thanks. So before concluding, just I want to mention our chief guest, sir. So the webinar is running, but we are receiving messages from our esteemed members, like Chitakandi Vijaya Prasad Garu had mentioned you about your excellent message. He conveyed his thanks, sir. And Sangham Jayantu Garu also mentioned the team may consist of engineers in industry, academics, research, central, state agencies, etc. So he was mentioning that message, and Satyarayana Devulapalli Garu also had come up saying thanks for arranging this thing, and he was mentioned that he can spare his time for the developing of our community. And Chintakindi Vijay Prasad Garu was conveying his thanks to the team. So with this, I request Naka Venumadhan Garu. We were discussing about a video for 3 minutes of our Professor Tatikonda Venkataraj Garu. Is there any possibility to run that video?
Shall I try, sir?
Try for just half minute because we our chief guest is waiting. We have to
Can you
conclude
please
the
put
session.
the link here?
If possible, if possible.
Okay, I'm sending link.
Sethupathi Balakrishnan, our another the president of Tamil Nadu Padmashali Engineers Vibhag Sangham, is trying to run that video, sir. I think if it is 3 minutes only, if you could spare some time, we'll try. Sethupathi, is it running and sharing?
So the video is up.
But it is too much of lengthy, but restricted to 2 to 3 minutes, sir.
Sure, sure. So furthermore, we can go through this link. I will share the link in the chat box.
Yeah, that would be better. I hope that would be better. I hope, and we'll I think better close that session.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
We can upload in our YouTube channel also, sir.
Yes. We will
Also.
upload that because it is a 23 minutes. Long duration is there, and some audio problem is also there. We better upload in our YouTube channel so that all the website also we will upload so that people will view. And so we convey our sincere thanks to Professor Tatikonda Venkataraj Garu for his valuable video. Because it is too big, 23 minutes means I think we thought of 2 to 3 minutes video, sir, and that is not a direct video. It is a linked YouTube linked video. We will upload this in our YouTube channel and website also. Thank you so much, sir. And we convey our sincere thanks to our chief guest, Valedictory, Honorable Sri Parikapanda Narahari Garu, AS. And with this, we conclude this webinar session, sir, seminar. And after at 4:30 again, we'll join at Engineers Day celebrations, where community elders are going to join that session. And thank you so much. And I request each and one of our students as well as all members. Anyhow, live YouTube channel is also going to run at that 4:30 also. Kindly view that thing. Our community elder people will be there in the program. And with this, we conclude this seminar, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you.